the channel since I think it was 2012, and we just started going public again and revamped everything as I came out of retirement, so to speak, from DJing after all those years. 11-year hiatus. I quit, or I shouldn't say quit. Walked away from the business in 2012, but I've been back. Our first broadcast was this past March. When I say that, that was only a couple of months ago, a little bit more than 60 days ago. So we've come a long way in a short period of time, and can't do that without you guys. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And for those who don't know, yeah, I could give you my resume later on. But like I said, for all the kiddies, and I mean this in a kind and a polite and a respectful way. If you're looking for gaming and all that stuff, there's about 50 billion people, a bunch of skinny white kids, playing gangster rap in their mom's basement and playing Madden. So if you're tuning in for that, you might want to click off, and because we're going to be talking about adult stuff tonight. So some people might not be into that. And that's okay, because like I said, I wear many hats, literally. And we save our broadcasts for different things, because there's a lot going on in life. And as you saw on our Twitter feed, it says the meme machine is going to be calling out, I call bullshit on a lot of these companies, and they are screwing you. Now, this is my opinion. It's based on facts, figures, and what I've compiled over the years, whether it be in the past or recently, and we have a doozy. I'm a man of my word. I told them, do not tug on Superman's cape. They did, and now it's time to take a bite back, and we're going to in a big way. Now, they say that, I'll tell you what, they say that, like, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Okay, that might be true, but I'm going to make sure that I do a smear job on this one particular company that not only deserves it, I'm going to give them at least 5 or 10 minutes of my time for the next 6 shows, broadcasts, because of a man of my word. And I'll show you their website. I'm going to show you the ridiculous bullshit email that I received. I guess they're used to either dealing with people that don't know any better, or they just screw people around that don't have the money and resources that I do. I don't know what the case was, but you fuck with the bull, you're going to get the horns, and they're going to get it. And I'm going to save that for a little bit later. But I have a lot to talk about tonight, as far as that's concerned. So like I said, if that's not your cup of tea, we're in the chatting zone tonight. We're not in the gaming zone tonight. So we understand. If you want to watch gaming and that kind of thing, I'll be back on Thursday night. Or actually tomorrow night, I might. It might, and I might not. Actually, this isn't going to be one of those 3-hour broadcasts like we do on Saturday nights, because I'm not feeling 100% tonight. But I'll tell you what, I said that I would do this on Wednesday night, even though I wasn't feeling good. And I feel the need to go over a few things. Number one, and I have to repeat this because other people are going to be piling into the room and that kind of thing in a little bit. Number one, okay? Let me turn off this crap. I do not get paid, or am I endorsed by anybody to say these things, to not say these things. It's not scheduled for later on, and all these other things and the little intricacies and the stuff you get paid on the back end, and, to endorse or not endorse, or to promote or influence, or whatever word you want to use, or adjectives to describe it. That is not the case. This is me, my opinion. This is how I feel about certain things, my thoughts and feelings. Now, a lot of people might agree and a lot of people might disagree, but that's why it's called interactive, and that you could type in the chat if there's something that you want to add to it. And that's fine. Like I said, I don't think that I'm 100% perfect, far from it. And I'm certainly not a bleeding heart, far from that as well. However, let me explain to you the essence of the meme machine, okay? The essence of the meme machine is not to go after people, not to call out people on spec, not to chastise or cajole people or anything of that nature. What it is, it's more of a protection thing. And what do I mean by that? No, I'm not on a crusade, and I'm not a guardian angel, but I guess you could call me that, for people that can't fight back, for people who are not had their eyes open to what really goes on. Forget about the commercials that you hear on the radio or on television, or that you watch online. Those are all paid advertisements, and so are the actors, and that's fine. I mean, I'm one of them. I was one of them. I got paid for that kind of thing. I did voiceovers. I did commercials. I did voice thing. The point being is that it's right under your nose a lot of times, and you might not believe what I'm going to tell you on some of these things, and some of them maybe you do know already. But whatever the case may be, I'm going to give it to you straight because I have zero fear. I'm a Sicilian Scorpio from North Jersey, okay? We don't have any fear. And when I say we, I mean you are one, I am many. And I'm telling you right now, it's like a legion. We're not the Boy Scouts of America here. We say what we mean and we mean what we say. And I will give a voice to those who don't have one, for those that are afraid for repercussions, or those that are want to agree really bad, but they don't want to, look like they're out of place, or have, like I said, once again, to have like repercussions, or it, uh, people lashing out, or coming back at them. I can't think of the right word right now for that. Just the lashing that would be entailed on that. We don't give a shit here, okay? And what I mean by that is, if you have a problem with a certain company, or you've had a bad experience or whatever, now everybody has those. That doesn't make a company bad. That might be one particular person, an isolated incident. I'm talking about in general. I don't have to mention companies by name. I'm going to be just talking generalizations on a lot of it. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about this or that. All right. I did want to say something that's pretty cool that I wanted to kind of add it to my screen in a second. But I put it on my Facebook page, and we're going to I add it to it right now. I'm going to show you. We've got a birthday today here. Yeah. You know whose birthday it is? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people's birthdays, but it's one of my favorite actors of all time. And like I said, it's not a dark macabre show. This is not that kind of thing. We don't have to be that way. But like I said, some things need to be said, and some things they just have to be. Anyway, a big happy birthday to the coolest of the cool, Mr. Clint Eastwood. He's like 83 or 86 or something like that. Guy was one of my favorites growing up, watching those old westerns that he was in, like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and things like that, the spaghetti westerns, and of course Dirty Harry and Heartbreak Ridge, and I mean some of my, The Mule, that was a good movie. $1 Million Baby. I mean, he was in so. I mean, the list goes on and on. Heartbreak Ridge is one of my favorites, though. And this is from, I think this is a High Plains Drifter. I'm not sure of this picture. It's one of them. It's either Good, Bad, and Ugly, High Plains Drifter, or what was the other one? The Man with No Name. Remember, he had like no name. It was like a trilogy. Anyway, really cool. And like I said on Twitter, I said, you know what? I hope he makes our day, because that's pretty cool stuff. Anyway, happy birthday to Clint Eastwood, man. One of my favorites. An entertainment icon, and not just a he's a producer, he's a director, he's not just an actor. He's awesome. I mean, how do you not like Clint Eastwood? I mean, come on. Dirty Harry, go ahead and make his day, man. Anyway, wanted to say a happy birthday to him. We are on radio format, even though we're not on the satellite hookup tonight. We do have a link for it, but it doesn't go active until Saturday nights. But a lot of people could go right through the browser on YouTube and watch us, so they don't miss anything, especially when we do our Wednesday nights. But that being said, we're on a 5 to 7, or it could even be more than that. It could be more than 7-second delay. I'm not sure. So we have to keep it at that format. I have to take little breaks and do little off-air ads because it's not a non-paying ad, so I cannot have it live. There's rules, baby. Gotta respect the rules. I had no, I didn't come up with these rules. I had no part in setting them up, but I certainly have to follow them. Sometimes they get along, you go along. Anyway, so wanted to say happy birthday to my man Clint Eastwood. He's like 86 or something today. I don't know. He was born in like 1930 or whatever that makes him. He's in his 80s. And he's still going strong. I don't know if he's got anything in the works or anything, but the fact that it's May 31st and it came up there, I just wanted to make mention of it because he deserves it. Yeah, I know. Somebody asked me, they're like, we need you to tell us some dad jokes, because I put that in my radar. I put super dad. I always put father first because I'm a father first. And, and one of them said, and in the write up on Our handle, by the way, is Mean Machine 973. It's on all of our social media. So whether it's Facebook or it's Instagram or it's Twitter or it's Kick or Twitch or YouTube or whatever the case may be, it's all Mean Machine 973. And anyway, I put it on there. It says some dad jokes too. So we try to keep it, well rounded, or keep myself well rounded. Right. And keep in mind, and I try to say hi to everybody that I can, or acknowledge everyone that I can. Remember, I'm watching four different monitors, actually five, that kind of thing. So you're going to see me swivel and do this shit, and that's all part of it. But it's all good though. Like I said, I could be a one man gang. No, my cousin Vinny tonight. No little Timmy. There's no engineer here tonight. It's just me doing my thing, and that's okay. Yeah, we have we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think 10 days ago, 12 days ago, something like that. We've gained like 60 more since then, so that's pretty good. I think that's very good. You know, it's the watch hours that we need. We have more than enough for subscriber wise, and that's just going to grow. Imagine what we did in 90 days, less than 90 days. Imagine. So I'm not ready to go after all these big time guys like Mr. Beast and people like that. In the hell no. I mean, I'm not even in the same category as them, and I don't want to be. But show's got to grow, and it will. We're building a fan base. We are building a audience, and that takes time. You know what I mean? It takes time, and people are watching our videos. And I've made shorts, and I've done TikTok bullshit, even though I didn't want to. I'm sitting in my car or in my truck or whatever I'm doing, and I'm trying to figure things out as far as our niche. Oh, you have to have a niche. You have to have this and that. Rob, what's happening, man? How are you? So our niche is that we don't have a niche. We do like a little bit of gaming on Mondays and Thursday nights. And then Wednesday is our streaming where we're specifically down. Normally, I don't even put them on Twitch anymore. I try to keep that just the gaming part of it. But we are on Kick, but we're on YouTube. I wanted to put it out there because there was a lot of people, because I have it in a different category, in just chatting category. So people are going to come in and out or whatever. But like I said, it's no bullshit. We're going to be calling out specific companies. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the bullshit email, the generic crap that they didn't even have the balls to put their name on. They put like some generic Maria name. Oh, give me a break. So, and for zero reason. But that I'm going to save. I'm going to say that's a doozy, and I'm going to call them out later. We're going to go over these credit card companies. The people where you think you're going to lose weight companies, but all these people, they prey on people. And some people know this, and others kind of know it, but they kind of ignore it. And then there's others that feel exactly the way that I do. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anyone or anything. And I will tell you exactly, either from firsthand experience, from insider information, from the little things that we've done, or just in generalization. But remember, this is my opinion. I don't get paid to give you my opinion. It is not editorial. It is not it is commentary, is what it is. All right. So you can see it as entertainment. But I'm telling you, I'm going to open your eyes to some stuff that you probably don't know. And you might not believe some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you. And that's okay. Feel free to look it up if you don't believe me. But I will share my screen with the bullshit company that I dealt with last week. I told them, do not tug on Superman's cape. And they did. You want to fuck around with a Sicilian Scorpio from Jersey? You're really stupid. And I'm coming with everything I got. Money, resources, and I have an audience. And with the satellite hookup, everybody's going to know what scumbags they are. But that's for a little bit later. I'm not going to go on a rant. But it is hump day. I'm in a good mood, even though I don't feel that great today. I'm not feeling that hot, and it's not the weather. I just feel like shit today. Some days it's like that. Hopefully, I'll feel better by the time I go on Saturday. But I promised a lot of people said, you should pivot. They didn't use that exact word, but they said you should pivot and talk about other things, entertainment-wise, but not just sports. There's a million sports shows out there and everything. I mean, for Christ's sake, you could turn on the radio, you could do this or go on. And I love it. I love talking about it. And we still will on Saturday nights. But there's not going to be any trivia tonight, no gaming tonight, none of that bullshit. Not that it's bullshit, but you know what I mean. Tonight is a very bombastic, I've got notes here. I'm old school. I write my shit down. I don't type it out. all that. But we're going to talk about the banks that are screwing you, the credit card companies that are screwing you, and I'll name them by name, the ones that I even know about. There's probably a lot of other ones. I'll throw in some dad jokes, just to keep everything nice and light and everything. Um, I also want to keep in mind that this broadcast will be available for you to watch in part or its entirety, unedited on YouTube. And I'll probably be on Twitch too. A lot of times my VODs don't go automatically. They go private, and then I have to go through them. I'm looking for an editor anyway, one that's not going to screw around with me and edit long form content into short form content. We've gotten a couple bites on it, but not, I mean, I need a nerd. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to candy coat it or sugar coat it or whatever you want to call it. I need a nerd. I need a nerd that knows how to take long form content, knows how to edit it down to short form content, boil it down for us, make reels, make shorts, do those friggin' panels and emotes and bullshit and all the stuff that I have the aptitude for, but I do not have the time and patience to deal with. I need that person. So I was going to do an internship, one girl, one guy. It doesn't have to be local. You could be all the way out in LA or all the way here in New York, New Jersey area, or you could be in Texas or Chicago. I don't care where you are. You know what I mean? A little bit of what you've done. You don't have to be perfect. It is an internship, and it will turn into a paying gig after the summer is over, if that's what you decide, and we decide that you want to go forward, and then you will get paid on a weekly basis. I want to make sure that the show is making money and that it's what you want. It's not, talk radio is not for everybody, and I can be a little offensive sometimes. I could do that without trying. I could be offensive while I'm sleeping. I mean, honestly. However, that's not my cup of tea. I protect those who can't do it for themselves. And I'm not on a crusade, like I said before. I'm not on a crusade. I'm not trying to, be a tough guy and all this other stuff. This is who I am. There's a lot of people out there that are afraid or apprehensive in there, oh my God, backlash. If I talk about this or I try to agree with it, or, you know what I mean, that they're going to come after me. You know what? Tell them to kiss your squirrel. Seriously. Don't worry about it. Send them my way. We'll give them a little taste of Jersey here. Don't worry about it. I'm here to protect those people. I don't like bullies. I don't like people that demean you because you're voicing your own opinion. I don't care what your political persuasion is or your religion or how you identify. None of that crap means anything to me. You're a human being, and that will never change. I don't care how you try to change it or do this or identify. It doesn't matter. And I really don't care about that. That does not a big deal to me. It is the fact that we're all human beings. All right. And when I see that people are getting screwed over and they don't even realize it, some people are okay with it, and I can't help you with that. I mean, that's just, that's do not, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that are going to go, wow, really? Just to put that thought in your head. When I say some of the things I'm going to say, it's done unedited. I am not reading off of a script. I don't read off of a script. I'm very spontaneous. But I thought about this the other day. No sports or anything like that. Hump day is going to be reserved for the bullshit that happens to people on a daily basis, and they have no outlet, nobody to side with them, and it feels like the world is coming down on your shoulders, and these people are trying to screw you over, and this is being outsourced to India, and these people over here are trying to screw me with this. But this is a show where I'll go after every one of those scumbags, and I don't mind doing it. What are they going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Don't be afraid of them. And if you are, send them my way. Uncle Mean Machine will take care of it. We'll kick their ass so bad verbally, they'll go run and hide in the corner. We'll give you a safe space, you son of a bitch. And that's me in a good mood. It ain't called the nice machine, folks, that's for sure. But I'm going to get to all that once again while we take our break. Instead of the be right back, I'm going to put my man Clint up there. Happy birthday, Clint Eastwood, man. He'll make your day, right? All right, this is the Mean Machine. Back in 5. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a good one. You're not going to want to miss this. I'm going to go berserk. Okay, let me get Clint off of here. We are back. Well, you're here. I'm back. And I'm going to go without the sunglasses for a minute because I got two texts that well it gets translated as text I should say from the meme machine number doesn't go to my it gets forwarded to one of my cell phones. I don't give out my cell phone number obviously. Uh, Only to people that I know. Even then, I don't give it up. But anyway, I don't need to talk to anybody. I'll do the talking here. Anyway, bottom line is well, first of all, let me tell you what they were. And this is just why I was on the break. One was you should take your sunglasses off so that people can see your face. All right, here it is. And I do that all the time. I take my sunglasses off constantly. It's not like I don't, I'm not hiding or anything. It's just, it gets bright in here and I don't know. It's like a meme machine thing. What the fuck you want me to tell you? Anyway, so the other thing is, I got it from, and the lady seems very sweet. She goes, "Do your thing." She goes, "I love it." She goes, "Everybody's afraid to talk about this or talk about that, and aren't you afraid of calling out particular companies?" And no, I'm not even going to give you the name of the lady, but the answer is no. And you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Not because I'm the meme machine. I'm going to reveal my real name, not tonight. I'm going to reveal it on my birthday, but you're going to have to wait until October for that. What I'm going to do, and that's then. But for right now, I'm going to tell you straight. Now, this is stuff that I wrote down. Yeah, I write stuff down because it's things that are like right under your nose most of the time. And maybe you don't give it much thought, or it's like, you overlook it, or maybe you do know. And maybe this isn't something that's new to you. Anyway, we'll start out nice and easy, okay? Because this is hump day madness, I call it. And I call it the undisputed truth. All right. The truth and nothing but the truth. Now, this is my opinion. I don't get paid for this. Once again, let me put that disclaimer out there. And I don't give a rat's ass what anyone thinks about it because this is what I know. I haven't been streaming for a long time, but I've been in life for a long time. Let me tell you something. Paid my dues, been around the block several times, backwards and forwards. Good times, bad times. And like Judas Priest said, you've got another thing coming. If you think you're going to screw people and not be called out for it because people are afraid or I might get sued, but yeah, pack a lunch, sister, because you're going to be all day with me if you want to take me on. So I'll take on all comers. I really don't care. Don't matter to me. But I highly suggest that you got to come out with more than words, though, because sometimes the truth hurts, huh? And I'm going to hit as many nerves as possible. Let's start out light, okay? Here we go. Here's the first thing. All right. Before I get to credit card companies and all that other kind of crap. And the one winner for tonight, which I promised, and I'll show you the email that not only that I got from them, but that I sent back to them. This was on Memorial Day. All right, let's start out light. How about BOGO? Buy one, get one free. Are you shitting me? Take a look. Honestly, I know this sounds silly and stupid or whatever, but take a look at the next time you see something at a supermarket or a place or whatever that says buy one, get one free. If you have any sense at all, you'll take a look at it and see that they've jacked up the price of the first one. So are you getting the second one for cheaper? Yes, you are. If you even need to. It's like a Costco trick. But anyway, not to mention I'm not calling them out. They're pretty good sometimes. But the price of the first thing is jacked up so that it's buy one, get one free. This is so if it's something that's perishable, that it's going to go bad, so they're going to get the money back. By the way, they get their money back no matter what. I worked for a very large company that owns supermarkets. I'm not going to mention the name, but it's in the tri-state area. And this was years ago. It was like more than 25 years ago. And they are against giving like food that's just like a moment expired. Like if you try to give it to like a homeless person or, like someone like that, someone that's poor or whatever, that you'll get terminated, you'll get fired or something or both and get written up and all this other bullshit they try to threaten you with because we don't want to get sued. Right. Because the homeless guy that lives in the fucking cardboard box out in the back has a lawyer on retainer and he's going to sue you if there's some green on. It's bullshit. It's all about corporate greed. Now, this is not the first time you've heard about this, but I'm telling you, it exists right under your nose. And they put flowers on their stuff and roses and all these nice commercials with all these lovely people sitting around. Bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. It's marketing and it's bullshit. And sometimes we don't have a choice. Maybe if you were going to use two of those items or more than one item and buy one get one free is something that you would partake. Okay, great. You know what I mean? Like manufacturers coupons. You ever see coupons for I call it coupons. It's coupons, but here in Jersey, it's like water. WOUDER. Like a glass of water. We don't call it water, and we don't call it coffee. It's coffee and it's water. All right. Thanks, bro. So anyway, oh, and it's tomato pie. I don't care. I'm old school. You can call it pizza though. But anyway, here's the thing: buy one get one free. It really is kind of bullshit, but that's fine if you were going to buy it anyway. Like I said, I'm starting out light here. Okay. So here's one that you probably don't know this. All right. So when you think of the Better Business Bureau, right? The Better Business Bureau, they are like up in the clouds, right? I mean, they are like as high as it gets or something, and they will come down on companies that's you can't do that or this or that. And let me tell you something. The one of the B's in the Better Business Bureau should stand for bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. And I know this firsthand from not one, not two, but three different people that used to work for them. All right. And they'll tell you too. I can't give you their names, obviously. I'm not going to call those people out. And actually, the Better Business Bureau is not a bad company, but I got to tell you, when you think of it, you think that, oh, that's very legit and everything. They have done over the course of the last 40 years or so the best marketing job I have ever seen. The best marketing job I've ever seen. You want to know why? Because when you think, no, come on there, Uncle Me Machine, you're not going to go after the Better Business Bureau. No, I'm not going after them. So you could be the shittiest company in the world. Check this out. As long as you pay them, you'll get the seal. And then you get a disclaimer that says the amount of complaints, like when you go to look up a company or something, like, oh, we were checked out with the Better Business Bureau. Bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. If you don't believe me, after the show or during the show or whatever you want to do, go and check it out. You're going to go, holy shit, he was right. Now, I haven't even looked on their website or anything like that in probably 2 years. But I'm telling you, and you'll go and it'll say the amount of complaints is consistent with this type of company. What the fuck does that mean? So if you work for a hospital or whatever and you whack people and you're like, doing like, Kevorkian kind of shit, and you're smothering people out. But as long as you're part of the Better Business Bureau and you pay for the stars and the banner and the little seal and the bullshit that they send you in the mail with the sticker and the plaque and everything, it can be bought. You're trying to tell me that you think that these companies are that good, some of them, that it's got to be bullshit. It's got to be the customers. It must be them. It's got to be. It's not them. This is the Better Business Bureau. They are protecting you. You couldn't be more wrong. I can go and online. I don't even have to go there. I don't even have to mail it in. You could go online with just like a tax ID number, whatever it is that you use, or your LLC or corporation, whatever. Buy your 5 stars, buy your plaque, buy the emblem that they put on for great companies, like upstanding, I'm telling you, it's bullshit. You can buy your way in. It is a company just like any other company. It is not a government agency. If you think that that's true, look it up. If you don't believe me, it's bullshit. So don't think the next time you go, oh my God, well, they were endorsed by the Better Business Bureau. They must be upset. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm saying look into it further. And don't go, and that doesn't mean be lazy and just go on Google reviews. As some psychopath put like 2 stars because he didn't like him because he couldn't pay his credit card off, or somebody. And by the way, a lot of those companies have their own people from different locations. Give them like if their stars go low, and I know this for a fact. They have people. It'll say Johnny from Pennsylvania, and John from Joe from Utah, and Mary Beth from Dallas, Texas, or whatever. Says that this is a great. It's all people that work there. It's people that they pay to do it. Do you really think that all of a sudden, if someone gets you ever notice that they get a bad review, even on eBay or something like that, when there's a bad you ever notice it's followed up by like 60 great reviews? What are they, just unlucky that one time? No, it's bullshit. I'm telling you it is. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. And now you can't even call the Better, but you used to be able to. More bullshit. Remember the do not call list? All right, so I worked for a company that used to, and I didn't know they were doing this. As soon as I knew, I got the hell out of there. I thought it was a regular kind of sales job. This was years ago, and it was in South Florida. It was in Boca Raton. They were preying on old people as they were a diabetic, like that they worked for American Diabetes Association or whatever, and it's time to turn in your old meter, and you got to get a new meter, and you're going to get these socks, and you're going to get like not, uh, like diabetic candy. It was all bullshit. It was just a way when they ask for your account number on your Medicaid or your Medicare card. That's your social security number. And they would prey on these old people, and they think that that's who's calling them. And, they would have a name that was close to it, like the American Diabetes, I don't know. It was something like a conglomerate or enterprises or some bullshit. I forgot what it was exactly. But I'm telling you, as soon as I found that out, I get the hell out of there. I had to threaten the guy just to get paid. And I didn't want to do that. It was more, what they were doing? They were setting up, and their lead sources. Oh, we'll go over that. I could devote a whole show to the people that when you fill stuff out online, we don't sell your information to more bullshit. No, they don't sell your information, some of them. Technically, they're giving it to another company for free, and that company sells it. I'll say it again. The disclaimer says we will not sell your information. No, they don't. They get other things that they get paid for, and as part of that, your information gets sent to them. You are now a lead source, and those people pay for it. So really, technically, they're not selling your info. The other company that they're giving it to is. Does that make sense? I'm telling you the truth. I'm not saying every company. I'm saying that it happens every day. Yahoo email is free. And Gmail is free. And all these other ones. I get free email. I don't pay for my email. You're being sold. You know what's being sold? You. Yeah, you probably already know this. What's up, downtown? How you doing, man? We're going off. We're going berserk tonight on these companies that are screwing people over because I can't take this shit no more. So no gaming tonight. No. It's on Mondays and Thursdays. This is the undisputed truth. This is for the kids. We got to go hide for tomorrow. It's a school night. I'm tired of this stuff. I'm tired of people, human beings, getting screwed over by these greedy corporate bullshit people because they think that we're all stupid. You know what I mean? Like we're all sheep and they're shepherds. Well, I'm a shepherd, and I'm here to protect those people. And I'm telling you, I have firsthand knowledge on how these people are screwing you over. Credit card companies, not that this is something new, and the weight loss companies and banks in general, and the credit repair. Oh well, God, I can't wait till I get to that one. You know what I mean? And just in general, like I just went over the buy one get one free bullshit. Yeah, let's jack up the price of the first one, so you're getting buy one get one free. No, you're getting it at a discount. Just say it's discounted. Stop with the bullshit. God damn. But anyway, and I covered the Better Business Bureau part. Now, if you missed that, you're going to have to look at the video later on. But I am unedited right now. This is live, and we're on satellite hookup as well. So there's thousands of people listening right now, okay? But keep in mind, I don't get paid to say this is my opinion, all right? And I'll take on any of these fuckers. I don't really care who it is because they know I know. I've worked for some of them. I didn't know a lot of the stuff that was going on in the background, and I haven't been streaming for a long time, but I've been in life for a long time, and I'm telling you, you can be the worst company in the world. You could get your Better Business Bureau emblem, a 5-star review, and then they'll put a disclaimer on there. You're paying for it. It says that the amount of complaints are consistent with this type of company. What the hell does that mean? It's non-specific. It's the most generic, bland thing ever. Check it out. Little things like, oh, vegetable pasta is so much more healthier for you than regular pasta. Bullshit. Next time you're in the store, remember the meme machine. Go over and pick your, let's say Bronzoni or whatever you buy, Barilla, whatever it is, and get like, I don't know, bow ties, the farfalle, whatever you want to call it. Grab whatever it is, spaghetti. Take one that's supposed to be the healthy one, the vegetable one, the one that's so fucking gross that you wouldn't even throw it in your toilet. Okay, and put it next to the regular one and look on the back. Okay, there's a little bit less starch. That's it. The carbs which is what kills people and gives them diabetes and everything, is not, it's not sweets. Carbs turn to sugar. Your liver turns it into sugar. We'll go over that another day. But I'm telling you, I know a lot of things about a lot of stuff and vice versa, if that even makes sense. And I'm telling you right now, it's all bullshit. Sugar and carbs make you heavy and fat and unhealthy, not fat. I'm not saying trans fat. Trans fat's bad for you. But I'm telling you right now. Look, I just dropped 47 pounds and I did it. I don't look like a crackhead or anything like that. I did it because for health reasons. You get healthy from the inside out, not the outside. You don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthy to lose weight. And stop looking at the damn scale. It's not always about that. Do you know you have the same amount of I wouldn't say fat, but the actual, like, you're born and as you're, obviously you were born, but as you, I think by the time you're about 8 or 10, or maybe even before you're like a preteen, those are all the fat cells you're going to have, and you're going to keep those with you the rest of your life. You don't lose them. They either get bigger or they get smaller. They either store fat or they burn it. And you're not actually burning anything, but everything's got to go through your liver. Your liver is the only organ that I'm aware of, other than your skin, which is the biggest organ, right? Epidermis. It's the only one that you could actually reverse damage to. You can't do it with your kidneys, can't do it with your heart, your lungs, your everything. But your liver, take care of your liver. Trust me. If you like lemon water as much as you can possibly handle, drink a lot of lemon water. It's excellent. Your liver will thank you. And garlic, too. Just forget about it. I can't go through all that right now, but just garlic's good for fucking everything except for kissing someone. Other than that, it's fine. Hey, look, I'm Italian. We have garlic with everything. But I'm just telling you right now. Remember I said that. Look at the back of any pasta. Well, I call it macaroni, but look at the back of any pasta thing, okay? Look at the carbs. If you have it in your cabinet or your pantry, whatever you call it, take a look at what I'm talking about when we take the next break. Look at the carbs. It's just as high on the spinach one or the tricolor one as it is the other one. And it's the carbs that are killing you, man. I'm telling you. So how the hell is that healthier? It's bullshit. Why? Because it's green? And here's another fallacy. You ready for this? What the fuck? When you see a keto candy bar, take it and the ones that are next to it and throw them all out. Or burn them. Fuck it. Get thrown out of the store. Who cares? But here's the thing. It's bullshit. They will put the word keto, and that's all people see, and they're visual people. Like, we're all visual beings, right? Oh, this is good. I could be on keto and take wrong. So that's going to lead me to my next one. I was going to take a break, but I can't because now I'm going to go off on a rant because people are pissing me off. Not you guys. I'm trying to help you guys. All right? I do not get paid a dime to tell you or not tell you stuff. And I'm not doing it for ratings. Okay? Let me be straight with you right now. Okay? I'll look right in the camera. Okay. Do I think that a lot of people would listen to this stuff or are they curious or whatever? Of course. Will they watch and that's what I want? Yes. But it's still the truth. All right. And I'm going to call them out. But first, a dad joke because we have to lighten the mood because some people are probably like, oh my God, I've been eating macaroni. Hey, look, I love that shit. If I could have pizza while I was sleeping, I could smoke in the shower and while I'm saying I would do that too. I don't really care. You know? Here's the thing. Here, I'll do a dad joke. My girlfriend is a midget. Yeah, she's a midget. So she's kind of small. She has to walk around and smell ass all day and that kind of thing. But not to pick on her, but so she's a midget. So I took a couple of, I took some medication the other day, and she looked at me. My eyes were glazy, and she said, "Are you high?" When I stood up, I said, "I'm higher than you." All right, it was a dad joke. I had to throw it in there, man. Come on. They gave me a word. They give me like a few words for ebonics every week. I put this in a sentence. Like someone says, "Oh yeah, put penis in a sentence." I said, "All right." Well, I went to go do a urine test, and the nurse walked over with a little cup, and she said, "Here, penis." Now these are dad jokes, and you're gonna go, "Oh, it could get any cheesier." Oh yes, it can. Oh yes, it can. But I'll save that for another day. I just wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, I don't want to continue to just throw bombs. So anyway, back to the bombs. So, by the way, once again, if you were late in coming in, happy birthday, Clint Eastwood. I had him up on the screen. We'll put him again. My man, Clint Eastwood. The guy is so awesome as a producer, as a director, and obviously as an actor. You know what I mean? Harry Callahan, Dirty Harry. You know what I mean? The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, The Mule, $1 Million Baby, Heartbreak Ridge. Come on, man. This guy is awesome. Happy birthday, man. Don't make his day. Just tell him happy birthday because even at his age, he'd probably kick your ass. It's like Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris could be like 100 years old. Whip your ass, man. And mine too. Anyway, happy birthday, Clint Eastwood. Very tall. So we went over that. So let's stick on the theme with with this weight loss thing. So here's my take on that. If you don't put it in, you don't put it on. We all know that. Oh, my stomach is growling. I'm hungry. No, you're thirsty. Your food. Let me tell you something. Your body doesn't know what the fuck food is. No clue. There are certain times throughout the day or at night or whatever schedule. Everybody has a different body type. It's not cookie cutter. You can't buy a product and it works for everybody. That's not the way it works unless everyone had the exact same body, right? So do you see, other than different flavors, do you see different things? No, it's all the same thing. Why? Because it's mass produced. Why? Because it's a company and they're making money. And people are so desperate to lose weight, to get healthier, and they don't know what to do. They were told that the food pyramid growing up that you need this and that. First of all, there's no such thing as an essential carb. It does not exist. If it's man-made, you don't need it. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, wouldn't say they prey, and I don't mean pray like pray. I mean like pray like Prey. They prey on people people, I wouldn't say that they're dumb. I wouldn't go as far as to say that they're uneducated. I would say that they're misinformed. Let me give you a little bit of background. Back in the late 50s, the government was late 50s, early 60s, they were going to revamp this whole food thing and, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's more made up bullshit. That was a way to have farmers during the expansion of the United States and the glory days, when the baby boomers were being born and everything, which happened right after World War II. Okay. So if your parents were born in the late 40s or anytime in the 50s, those are baby boomers, right? Or even up to the early 60s, I think. So that was a way for farmers and for companies and for new expanding companies, American companies normally, to sell product. Farmers, distributors, wholesalers, that kind of thing. That's where breakfast, lunch, and dinner came from. And they got government contracts, and that's why the government made this food pyramid. So if you put it upside down, it would be more accurate. It's not even close. But they were going to address this back then because there was a guy named Ansel Keys back in 1959 who got paid off, and he did and you can look this up, Ansel Keys. I think it was 1959, I think July. And like how fat causes heart disease. That is not true. He only used the people in this one particular study. You got to look it up. I'm telling you, and you're going to go, no, that can't be right. Because you see so many commercials about broccoli and spinach, right? Okay. No, of course not, because there's no money in that. But you'll see a Doritos commercial. You'll see a Sunkist commercial. Why? Because it's good for you? No, we already know it's not. But are you going to have it? Yeah. Why is the fucking roads clogged up with people trying to get into the driveway of McDonald's? You're trying to tell me nobody has time to eat? No, because they don't give a shit. Oh, I'm in a rush or whatever. Pack a lunch, bitch. What are you doing? Eating this crap and you go, oh, I can't believe I'm diabetic. Well, what'd you think? Did you really think when you saw the Jenny Craig commercial or Slim Fast or Weight Watchers or any of that stuff, you could have chocolate cake, you could have pizza and pot roast? If you believe that shit, I got a bridge to sell you. Do you honestly dig deep down? Really? Do you honestly believe that you could have chocolate cake? And if you have just these milkshakes, it's going to curb your hunger. I mean, is that what you think? We guarantee, I love this disclaimer, guarantee, look at the small writing, and there's a lot of it, and it's on the board really quick when you watch the commercial. Watch if you don't believe me. We guarantee you'll lose 20 pounds, and it's never 18 pounds, it's never 16 pounds, never 9 pounds, it's not 22 pounds, it's always 20 pounds, right? Nice even number. Like the 10 commandments. Anyway. Let me tell you something. It's bullshit. The shakes don't do shit for you. All right. Here's another fallacy. If you eat a bunch of small meals during the day, it keeps your metabolism running. Wrong. Incorrect. Not even close to being true. But before I get to that, let me finish the Ansel Keys thing. So he did that study, okay? And it's bullshit. All right. Trans fat's bad for you. But your body needs fat. Your brain is 80% fat. It's like 75, 80% fat. Some of these jerk-offs that I talk to on a daily basis, I think their brain is more like 98% fat. But that goes without saying. I'm talking about And when you say, "Oh, I got to buy low calorie this and lean meats and everything," don't do it. You're harming yourself. Your body needs the fat, the healthy fats, avocados, olives, stuff like that, olive oil, especially if you don't like that. Fine. You can have some carbs. I'm not saying starve yourself. That's not the way to do it because you go into that flight and fight thing, and all that other stuff. But I'm telling you what, that's why this country is the way because we're all misinformed. And who are we listening to? The companies that have the most money that can flood the most commercials in your face. And if something is at you and comes at you and comes at you and at you and at you and at you and constantly, right? I guess eventually you're going to try to believe it. And I get it because I did too. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that carbs, all the bread I was eating. I'm Italian. My family owned an Italian bakery in Newark, New Jersey years ago and everything. I grew up with that. We had macaroni on Wednesday nights and we also had it on Sunday nights. Now, I've said this once before. I'm not sure if the new stuff that we had was on Wednesday, we had the leftover shit on Sunday, or if it was new on Sunday and we're eating the leftovers on Wednesday. Who gives a shit? All I know is we had the crap every week and we got heavy from that. I mean, it was, you ever know, because first of all, the soil is shit in the United States now. It used to be good. It's been destroyed for years and years. So even the produce isn't as good as it was in like the 70s and the 80s, right? In the early 90s. Take a look. Everything's being farmed in and brought in from other countries, right? The soil is much more fertile in like places like Europe and, in Asia and stuff like that. It isn't in the United States anymore. And that is a fact. And when you heard those rumors where government was paying farmers not to grow food and everything, that's actually true. It's true. Not joking. Doesn't that suck? So there's people that are starving, but the government was paying the farmers not to make food. I'm not sure about the exact background on all that, but I know that part of it's true. It's a fact. So I call out bullshit on Slim Fast, on Jenny Craig, on Weight Watchers. You don't need any of that crap. You have 6 fat hormones that will help you, that make you gain weight. And there's three fat burning hormones. So obviously the fat gaining one is a dominant gene. Anytime you eat anything, I don't care if it's a cherry tomato, you raise your insulin. And in the presence of insulin, you cannot lose weight. I'll say it again just as slow. In the presence of insulin, you cannot lose weight. This is a fact. Read an endocrinology book. Okay? Figure out what your pH is and your thyroid and your parathyroid, because your thyroid is like it's like the thermostat for your body, so to speak. Okay? You have to retrain your body and the machinery that's in your body, and all that stuff lives in your gut. Look it up. I'm telling you. And doctors it's not that they're bad, but am I right or wrong when you go to a doctor and they seem like that they're challenged or puzzled or even disappointed that they didn't find anything wrong? Isn't that a good thing? Like they're not going to get paid unless they find something wrong. Aha, there's a mole in it, but it's not cancerous. Man. What the fuck? Can I be okay? I don't want to take any more pills. And by the way, I got my A1C was above 7. I didn't take one pill and I'm down to a 5.5. Now, I've done this before. Back in 2018, I lost like 42 pounds. Right now, I'm at about 47 pounds I lost. So the clothes are like falling on my body. Not the best. Well, I should say not the worst thing that would happen. But people are desperate. I did it for health reasons, not because I wanted to look good in a bathing suit, even though I do. But that's for the ladies. Anyway, I'm telling you right now, forget about Jenny Craig and the stuff that they make on an assembly line and they send it to you and get fresh. And okay, maybe some people, I cook very well. One of the businesses that I do own, we make meals for athletes, homemade meals. But Slim Fast and all that with the shit, you don't need it. You don't need it. It's not even a money thing. I don't care if you have the money. You don't need it, man. A little bit. I'm not saying you got to sit there and eat salad every day and eat organic stuff. I'm not saying that. Do your homework. Don't listen to the noise and the bullshit. You can't eat pizza every day and chocolate cake and all this stuff. And I still lost weight, but bullshit. First of all, you're only losing water. When they say, we guarantee that within a few weeks or certain days, you'll lose 20 pounds, right, of water. Because when you stop the carbs, what happens? Carbohydrates. The first thing you're going to lose is water. You're not losing any fat. All right. But it's not sustainable. You can't go back and forth to do it and yo-yo your body like that. You only get one life to live in one body. It's not a Buick. You can't turn it in. Trust your Uncle Meat Machine on this. White sugar, white flour, white rice. Sorry, but stay away from the whites. And I'm talking about white rice, white sugar. White sugar is like the kiss of death, man. You might as well just go dig a hole in the backyard and wait. I'm telling you, it wreaks havoc on your body. Diabetics, their blood goes everywhere, right? The blood-brain barrier, everywhere it goes, throughout your entire system and everything, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, your heart, everything. So if your blood is compromised, it's going to do damage. And it did for me too. My kidneys and this because I didn't know. I wish I knew this back then. I'll give you the guy's name that pretty much saved my life. I'm not joking. This is not for ratings or anything else. I am telling you the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. None. I'll always be straight with you. Whether the news be good or bad, I'll give it straight to you on this show. Life's too short, man. And I'm not a little kid anymore. I haven't been little in a long time, but I'm just saying I haven't been a kid or a child in a long time. I'm an adult. I've been around for a while, and I'm telling you what I know is what I know. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it for what it's worth. Don't listen. Listen. Take it to heart. Don't take it to heart. It's a free country, baby. Do what you got to do. But the meme machine is not here to bullshit people and blow sunshine up your ass, okay? I'm here to give it to you straight. It's called the undisputed truth for a reason. It's the truth and nothing but the truth. I got to take a break. I have an alert coming up that I have to take a break within 60 seconds here. And like I said, it's not that I'm calling him out. I mean, I lost weight when I had Slim Fast. You could have did without that if you just would have followed certain things. And you didn't have to sit there and starve yourself and have salads and everything. I eat steaks and all that. It's not the fact. When you're having a hot dog, lips and assholes, that as shitty as that stuff is, do you know that the bun that it's on is actually worse for you? And it's when you combine the crappy protein with the carb, and that's why you're gaining the weight, man, because you combined it. Now, this isn't Atkins and all this other shit. I'm telling you, trust me, that is what is making you heavy and sick. It's not the MSG so much or that stuff's all bad. I'm not saying you got to change your whole lifestyle, but it's not a diet what I did. You want to know how I did what I did? Keto, real keto, and intermittent fasting. I do a 21-3, which is kind of what they call the warrior diet, even though it's a lifestyle, not a diet. That means I fast for 21 hours. Now, it sounds extreme to some people. It's really not that big of a deal. I look at the clock. It's like 7:39. I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't even eat yet. Sometimes I get hungry and sometimes I don't. But I don't feel breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You couldn't be more full of shit. That is break fast. You're breaking the fast from when you were sleeping the night before. That's why it's called breakfast. Lunch was another thing we could thank the Germans for. They came up with luncheon. That was a middle of the day thing to sell. And then dinner because you're dining. I fast for 21, then I have a 20 hours, and then I have a 3-hour window where I eat. So I'm actually losing weight. Well, I shouldn't say lose weight. I am, basically, yeah, I guess you could say I am while I'm sleeping. How cool is that? All right. Now your metabolism slows down when you get older, of course. And I'll tell you a lot of things in subsequent shows, like the things like, stop taking Tums. You don't need that shit. When you have acid reflux, that's because you have too little acid, not too much. How could that be? Because the little bit of acid is swirling around there to break up the food or whatever else you've ingested. And some of it is going out and going through the wrong pipe. And that's when you get GERD and agita and all this other stuff that you're getting down there. Okay. Because you don't have enough acid. Not that you don't have, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what it is. You don't have enough. It's lower. It's not that it's too much. Tums is made from like chalk. And Centrum, more bullshit. Next time you go into a store, lift up the small thing of Centrum in your hand and like a bigger, at least twice the size amount of vitamins or pills or something, and do this with your hand. And the Centrum is heavier. You want to know why? Not because it's a bigger pill, but you want to know why? Because it's made from granite. So you're better off licking and chewing on the sidewalk or the curb than taking it. Your body cannot absorb that. You're paying all that money for expensive pee. Sometimes colorful pee. I'm not saying it's not fun, but honestly, there's better ways to have fun than in the bathroom. And that's what she said. Anyway, so I have to take that break. I'm going to go over that when I get back. But this is the truth. And we're going to go after next. We're going to be talking about these banks and the credit card companies. Oh, your security is our number one concern. More bullshit. I'm telling you right now, it's bullshit. They don't care about you. You're a number to them. They will buy and sell your ass every day of the week and twice on Sunday. You're not responsible for unauthorized charges on your account. In a way, you are, whether you did it or not. You're just getting it on the back end. I'll explain that when I get back. All right. You're listening to the Meme Machine, baby, live from the great state of New Jersey. Be back in about 5 minutes. I have to take a pause for the cause, make my bladder gladder, that kind of thing. I'll put this groovy, non-copyright music that they can't touch me on because they're always looking to bust my balls. They're up my ass with a mining light sometimes. I swear to God. But anyway, happy birthday to Clint Eastwood out there. I really love that guy. I'm going to put him back up on the screen again because I think the guy's awesome. I mean, he's 80. Was he like 86 or something? All right. We'll be back in 5. Don't go anywhere. We're going after the banks next. All right, I'm going to go back to the sunglasses because I feel like it. Ah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, you notice the Paul Crew. That's an original there. That's behind my right shoulder. Um, that's a 1970. That's a remake, but it's an how do you have it? An original remake. That's like a jumbo shrimp, right? It's an oxymoron. Anyway, it's the original 74, 1974. Paul Crew. You know the meme machine. You starting to get the gist of this now. Okay. So anyway, enough of the crapola. Let me get down to the nitty gritty here. All right, so we went over, and I'm saving the best for last, by the way, which is the one specific company that I'm going to share my screen with you in a little while, or before the end of the show. So you're not going to want to miss that, and it's going to be what I like to call asshole of the week. And they're definitely, every company, whether they know it or not, has a whoops moment. Where they, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that, or the hell with it. You know what I mean? We could screw people over, and they don't know any better, or whatever. Well, the meme machine knows, and he's going to share it with you because I deserve. It's not that I deserve. I shouldn't say that. You deserve undisputed truth, the truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, I do. And this is my opinion. Once again, I'll give that disclaimer. Okay. This is not edited. I am not being paid for this. I am not endorsed by any particular group or person. This is my opinion and my opinion only. Okay. And you can take it for what it's worth. Now, I'll show clips of this later on, but this is going to be online forever because I'm going to leave it open for people to clip and save and do and watch. And once again, a big shout out to our new subscribers that we have on YouTube. We've got like 47 of them in 1 week or whatever. For me, that's a lot. So the fact that we've been able to achieve that in such a short period of time and have more than 1,000 subscribers, now we need a little bit more. We're about halfway there as far as viewing time. Like we have to have like people watch our videos, and if you drop a like on one of our older videos, or I've been making shorts and trying to make reels and everything, I need an editor really, really bad. We're going to give out an internship, actually two of them, and it'll become a paid one by the end of the summer. For I was guessing maybe like college people that know how to do emotes and panels for Twitch and Kick and editing long form content for our long 3-hour broadcasts Wednesday and Saturday nights, and making them into clips and reels and everything, and putting it on our different social platforms, which, by the way, is at Mean Machine 973. It's the same on TikTok and Instagram and Google Plus and your sister's ass and all of them. Okay, and YouTube, obviously, because if you're watching on YouTube, but quick, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Mean Machine 973. MeMachine973 at Outlook.com. If you want to drop us a line, I read all the emails, or I have our engineer or one of the producers will forward it over to me. I try to get to, I don't think that no matter how big we get, because I used to be really big or whatever, and I'm on my way back up, but I'm still a human being, and I will always make time, whether it's in person, when we start to do stuff on the road, that's going to be a lot of fun in the summer, or just online or whatever. The chatters, the people that call in, anybody that from any one of the platforms that we're on. I'm never, hey, Slim Shady, how are you? It doesn't matter who it is. I will always make time for those people, for fans, for our audience, for the community, that kind of thing. And the reason I do this, this is not a PSA. This is not a public service announcement or anything like that. And I don't get endorsed to say or not say anything. These are my thoughts and feelings, but I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I've been in life. I've been streaming a really long time, but I've been around for a while. And I'm telling you, a lot of these people are full of shit. I mean, enough's enough already with screwing people over. I'm not a bleeding heart. Like I've said this before, I'm far from it. However, what's right is right. And the meme machine does not go after people for no reason, or companies or anything like that. I'm opening your eyes, and you make your own determinations, okay? Do your own due diligence on what I was talking, especially the stuff with the Better Business Bureau, where you think that you hide in such high regard. The best marketing job in the history of marketing jobs. They are a regular company, just like anyone else. They are not a government agency or a state-funded agency or any of that bullshit. You could be the worst guy. You could treat people horribly and get a 5-star rating, get the little disclaimer that says, those are the same amount of complaints that are consistent with this type of business. What the fuck does that even mean? Could you be more bland? All right. Most disingenuous thing I've ever seen like that. And this is not sanctimony, and I'm not trying to preach to you and all this. This is the truth, Ruth. I'm telling you. All right. These banks. Here's the next thing. So we went over the stuff with the BOGO, the buy one get one free. We know that's bullshit. And how this is more. You're supposed to eat a bunch of small meals during the day, and that's how you lose weight. But keep your again wrong. Okay, not true. Let's get over real quickly on credit repair. You want to talk about a line of bullshit. First of all, it doesn't exist. These companies can't do anything for you that you can't do for yourself. Their big thing is that they're going to quote and requote and overquote the Fair Credit Reporting Act from 1971. There's a loophole in there that says that they only have 30 to 35 days, and they're still fighting it, by the way, the three major credit bureaus, to be able to either verify or validate the information that's on there, whether it's true or not, whether it's accurate or not, for and you can send it in. Oh, this stuff is erroneous and this and that. I worked at a company like this, and I'm telling you right now, it is such a load of shit. There is no such thing. You can come up with the paperwork and get the template on yourself, attach it to one of your credit reports that you get free every year. You don't have to be part of mycreditreport.com and all this other crap. You go directly to the three. Do you know that there's hundreds and hundreds of credit reporting agencies? But the reason you never heard of them and you don't know who they are by name, and then what are the three that you know? TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Experian used to be a different name. Equifax was CBI, and TRW, I believe, was the name of Experian. And TransUnion, and by the way, Experian, I think it's either in part, it's partially owned by American Express, something like that. I'm not 100% positive on that, so don't quote me on that. You could. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, more bullshit. They gobble up all the local ones, and it all gets sent through to them. They're just a regular company, just like anyone else. You could actually own a credit, not even credit, but you don't want to own that. Those suck. And they're a dime a dozen. And in South Florida, a lot of people came down. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. They came down from New York and places like that, and they got booted out of that fucking state. And then they went for the tax break and everything and went to Florida, and especially based in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm telling you, this was in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they flourished down there. And people paid them, and you would give them all your accounts, and they would try to re-age it or amortization and all this other stuff. And I was involved with all that, and I didn't know. It was a job, and I would work with credit. You could do that shit yourself. Now, maybe you don't have the time and you hire someone. That's one thing. But honestly, they can't, got a reduction in rate for you. You could do that yourself. The companies aren't going to tell you that you could do it yourself, but you can do it yourself. I'm telling you, you can renegotiate your credit card rate every year. Did you know that? Don't believe me? Look it up. I'm telling you. Do not call this. What more bullshit? Here's another one. I'm going to re-mention this because in case you missed this earlier, you need to hear this right now. We don't remember this, or you currently hear. Don't worry, we don't sell your information to outside agencies or anything like that. You know what? They're right. They don't. They give it up for free for other considerations and other money, and it's kind of like legalized laundering, really, except it's not money. There's other type of laundering other than money. You want the exact thing of what they do? This is what they do. And this is most of them. I'm not saying every company is bad. There's a lot of legit companies out there. But don't go by, they have the Better Business Bureau emblem on there. They must be legit. Bullshit. Do your own due diligence. Don't put your fate in anybody's hands but your own. Uncle Mean Machine said so, but that's the way you should. That's a metaphor for life. Go your way. Live every day like it's your last, because one day it will be. Here's another one that you probably heard. Those that do not understand history are doomed to repeat it. Man, is that true? So they're not selling your information. They're providing it to different sources and different affiliates for marketing purposes and all this other bullshit. And then they try to wrap it up and gift wrap it or whatever. Those people are giving them money on other things. They're getting that. And those people are selling your information because you didn't sign up with them, and legally the company that said that they're not going to sell your information didn't sell it. They did other things and they gave it away, and the other company sells it. Believe me or don't believe me, it's not a huge conspiracy theory. It is common sense. Think about what I'm saying. If it's not in the forefront of your mind, it should be in the back of your mind. That's all I'm saying. Take it for what it's worth. And here's another thing. And this one I'm going to mention by name because these people, you want to talk about scumbags. Oh my God. They're based in Coconut Creek, Florida. And this is a credit repair. This isn't even a credit repair company. They actually are against that. Here's their big thing. And this one you could check out on your own. If you don't believe me, you got some free time one of these days, do it. They're not going anywhere. I'm not going to say how I have this information. I can't. But I'm telling you, I have it. Now, is it current? Not really, but it's from a while ago, and I checked it out a little bit earlier before we went live. And they have the same emblem and the same phone number and everything. If you try to call, you ready? If you try to call Experian, the 800 number, all right? I don't know if it's 1-800 Experian, whatever it is. These people, their greatest thing that they ever did for themselves, by the way, I should say, to line their own pockets, they have an 888 number. And then the last 7 are the same as Experian's. So if you misdial and you hit 888, an Experian's number instead of 800, you get them. And the name of the company is the Consumer Information Bureau, otherwise known as CIB. They're based in Florida. I know the owner's name. I know the people that work there. I know the people that owned it before they did, and I know how they got their information and how they grew because I was around for it. I'm not going to say I was right there, but I have firsthand knowledge. They're so full of shit. They sell a credit repair program. It's a friggin', back then it was a CD. It's generic stuff that they compiled off the internet, and you know, they did a good editing job and everything. The success key and the way that you get it off, and you know, they try to blend that in like, oh, your rates are going to be higher because the stuff is on your credit report. But that is true. But once again, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, that's what it is, from 1971 is what they're quoting. Do you know what credit? And I'll tell you, the other end of it is true. That is true. Where you look at the wording, where it says most people go, "Well, I have a what do you call it on my credit report? One or all of them. I have a bankruptcy on there, so it's going to be there for 10 years." Actually, read the law. It's actually 30 days. It says up to 10 years. If you don't do anything about it, if you don't try to control it, you know, anything, then it will be on for that long. Here's another fallacy. If I pay off all these creditors, my credit will go up. Yeah, a little bit, but you just restarted a new 7 years saying paid collection or paid charge off or paid lien. And it starts a whole new 7-year clock. So if that thing is on there for 6.5 years and you pay them off, it starts a new 7 years saying paid collection. So in essence, that's 14 years. You just screwed yourself. You don't even, if it gets to that point, they don't even bother. They write that shit off. Do you know that once something goes into collections, whether it's in-house collections like American Express has or a third-party collection, you have a lot more choices and a lot more leeway when it's a third-party collector. But a company like American Express, they have their own collection. They could come and legally knock on your door. I'm telling you the truth, and ask for the money. 100% legal. They don't do that because this is American. You get your ass blown away. But, you know. Yeah, try going to the inner city saying that, yeah, you owe us money in the Amex. You won't even make it out of the parking lot. You won't even make it into the parking lot, probably. Third-party collection, you got to do, they can't call you before a certain time and after a certain time. And I've dealt with them. Collectors, back in the day, I didn't have money and everything, and I would have to be very resourceful. A collector would call and be like, what are you wearing? And screw them. But you know what? If they hang up on you, they got to wait at least 24 hours to call back. And they can't call after 9 p.m. I had a lady, and she called. It was like 9:05. I said, "You see the time?" I said, "It's not." Well, it's 8 o'clock where we are. Right. Read the law, dumbass. It says where you're calling. The law has nothing to do with where you're calling from, you dick. And they call from all these truncated numbers. What's a truncated number? A truncated number is when there's one company or a set of companies that are doing collections or various other things, and they have one main number, and then off of that main number is a bunch of other numbers. That's called a truncated number. And what they'll do is they'll put you on a dialer. They're not sitting there calling you. It's a computer that has your number and your information and all that stuff in there. And a computer dials you. And then when someone picks up, it connects to a live person. And that's how that you ever notice it'll take a second and then all of a sudden someone comes on because they're not actually calling you. A computer is. Now, a lot of you probably know this, but I'm telling you, it's called a dialer. That's how it works. You have to get a cease and desist letter. There's templates online for that kind of stuff. Pick a good one, because you're going to get that's for collections. But before it gets to that point, the credit bureaus they're another more bullshit that they're so high and mighty. Now they'll do a thing, and I got a guy to admit it. I argued with him. This was about 2 years ago. I argued with him until he admitted that they were wrong. This new thing, because they get pressure on it from the banks, and the banks put pressure that you don't even know that happens behind the scenes, because every credit card is backed up by what? A bank, right? We're not talking Chico's bail bonds here. We're talking about legit banks, and some are not. And I'll give you the names of them in another show because the list is as long and distinguished, I should say. Anyway, I'm going to say it again. Consumer Information Bureau, Coconut Creek, Florida. It's Consumer Information Bureau. I think it's fixyourcredit.com. They paid for that too, but it is a phone number. Their big thing is, and people think they're calling Experian because they called 1-888 instead of 1-800, and it's the same number, and they have the same number because I looked on the website about 2 hours ago. Fuck those people. And I'll tell you what. If you want to email me or send me a message or something, I'll tell you who the owner's name is, what his wife's name is, where they live, the dog's name. I know it all. I'm telling you I do. Don't ask me how, I just do. Well, not that that means anything. I'm sure you didn't deal with them. But don't call those type of places because all they're going to try to do, you get like a $200 book in the mail with like pre-written letters and templates, stuff that you could do yourself. That was years ago. Imagine now. And they make it sound like we're on your side and we'll advocate for you. No, they're selling you a fucking book with a disc or an audio file. And you got to do the shit yourself and wait the 35 days and all this other crap. That's what it is. And, oh, well, you're going to be such a pain in the ass to these people that they're going to remove all this stuff. It happens once in a blue moon. Do I know how to get stuff off your credit report legally and quickly? Yeah, I do. But I don't do that anymore. I do it only for personal friends and favors. And I tell them exactly what to do. And it's not just disputing stuff. It goes beyond that. I can't go into the details right now, but I'm telling you, you really want to know, we'll talk about it in another show, okay? But you don't have to wait 7 years for something to come off your credit report. Read the law. Find the law and read it. It says up to 7 years. And don't pay off something from years ago thinking your credit report, it's going to go up a few points. That's it. Even when it comes off of there after 7 years, let's say it stays the full term and it drops off, it can be bought by another collection agency. Boom, it starts a new 7 years. That's how it works, people. By the way, the credit card companies and people that give like loans, even risky loans or whatever, are you aware? Let me tell you something that you might not know. And this I know for a fact as well. They are paid by the credit card companies to keep stuff on there. It's true. Talked to a guy that used to work for Discover. He told me all about it. He was a good guy. They bounced him out of there because they found out he was giving out information or whatever. I picked his brain years ago. It's got to be at least 20-something years ago. It was pre 9/11. I know that. So it's not everything that it seems. I just want you to be able to be prepared out there. Not everybody's out to get you. Not everybody is there to screw you. But it does happen. And it's softly screwed. Some people don't make any bones about it. We're high risk. So they're going to prey on you because your credit might not be good. Maybe your ex-girlfriend took your card and went like a fucking wild lady and went and bought a bunch of panties or something, which is actually kind of cool. But still, let's say she did that. And ran up all your shit. Or a tied-in credit card that's in both your names. I can't stress this enough. I don't care how much you love your spouse and everything. Keep your shit separate. Don't do what's called piggybacking when someone with really great credit allows someone to be an authorized user on their card and it will bring up their credit. Yeah, that is true. But if they default on anything, it goes on you too. It's like a double screw without a reach around. You understand what I'm talking about? In other words, keep your shit separate. Don't do joint bank accounts. Don't do joint credit cards. Don't get authorized users. Protect yourself, man. I'm telling you, because they prey on it. And that's why they'll hit you with this legalized 29.9% credit card. Oh, because you have bad credit. So you have to pay this really high. You know that that's negotiable too. You don't have to do it, but because nobody else that's a good company, let's say with a lower interest rate or cash back or travel this or whatever, will give you credit because your credit score is in the toilet because the three big guys say that it is, right? We report to the three credit bureaus every month. Yeah, they get paid to do that. We think they're working for free? Come on, man. I know. Don't be that gullible that this is the law. It's not, it's government controlled in a certain way. In other words, it's regulated, it's not controlled. Yeah, because the banks back in the day, after the savings and loan scandals of the 80s and all that kind of stuff, right? They went in front of Congress and all the like the antitrust people and all that kind of stuff, and they bitched and moaned and complained and cried to the government. You can't let people write off on their taxes the interest that we charge them on this and that. It's not fair to the banking. Everything will collapse. They cried like little bitches. They were fucking people for years, and they got away with it because you had to buy a home, right? Or you needed a credit card, or you needed a line of credit, or you needed to start up a business. I'm not saying that all banks are looking to screw you, and some of them are very legit and they have good interest and they're negotiable. And but you ever notice that the same bank will give you two different answers, and it says, "Well, it's based on our relationship with you." You know what that means, right? It means how much money you have. That's a veiled attempt or a passive aggressive attempt. Well, how come if I have more money than you do, how come I get more like better treatment than you do for the same credit card or the same line of credit or the same savings or like a 10 years, a CD, a certificate of deposit or T-bills or bonds or whatever. How come I get better rates? How come I get better returns? How come that is? Why is that? Why? Because I'm more handsome than you? I mean, I understand that part, but is that really the reason? No, it's because I have more money or you have more money. That's why it says our banking relationship with you. Right. If we fucked you so many times before, we have the Vaseline. Just bend on over. Let's service the account. You know what I mean? I think George Carlin said that a while ago. Customer service doesn't even exist anymore. You can't even get a live person on there. You get like a bot or something. Yeah. Hi, my name is Emily. Can I help you? It's not Emily. It's not anybody. It's a fucking robot, man. And that's what's not outsourced to another country because they're that goddamn cheap. 100% US based. Yeah, that's where the center is. That doesn't mean where the call is going. Read the fine print on this shit. I'm telling you, they're all full of crap when it comes to that stuff. I don't mean to get pissed off or go like act like a lunatic or anything, but I got to tell you. Oh, well, good to see you, Don. Thank you for stopping by. I'm on a little bit of a tangent tonight, going after all these banks and more bullshit that's the kind of show it is tonight. Anyway, so we went over BOGO and we went over certain things like that. But I'm telling you, once again, people that do not understand history are doomed to repeat it. So we went over Consumer Information Bureau and they're full of shit. All right, let's see who else we have on here. And we're going to make their day. The theme that we have since it's Clint Eastwood's birthday. We're going to make their day. So I told you about Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and stuff. How all that stuff is bullshit. And I think a lot of people know that, but people are so desperate to lose weight that they'll try anything. And that's why it's $1 million business. Do you really think that shakes and chocolate cake and all this stuff you're going to lose it? Come on, you got to lose weight. Forget it. Get healthy first. That's how you lose the weight. That'll be a byproduct of it. I'm living proof, man. It works. Stocks. Okay. Long time ago, I was a commodities broker. I took a Series 4. Series 7, I believe, was the one that stockbrokers brokers take. And I did it for commodities. I just wanted to prove I had a tutor. Matter of fact, it was so long ago that my training module was on a floppy disk. Okay. That's how long ago this was. Just to prove it. I scored like I got like 7 wrong out of like several hundred or whatever it was. I did really well on it. I knew I would. And it's kind of like the movie Trading Places. Remember when Eddie Murphy is being explained to by the two old guys? I forgot their name in it, but they're oh well, we're brokers. We take a commission, we get paid either way. And we advise our clients whether the stock's going to go up or if it's going to go down, if they should take it long or take it short. And he goes, oh, Eddie Murphy goes, oh, you're all a bunch of bookies. And he goes, well, yeah, kind of. Well, that's really what it is. So that's what hedging is. Hedging is when you can't make up your goddamn mind on what side is going to go, if it's going to go up or down. It's like being agnostic, but with money. A stop loss. Do you even know what that is? They'll advise against it, but a good broker will tell you get a stop loss. That means that once the stop, I mean, here's the thing about a stop loss. If you put in $10,000, let's say, and in anything, I'm not talking about like in a public offering. I'm not talking about that. Okay. And that's what that is. Official public offering is what the IPO. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just in commodities right now. So let's say it's oil and you want to short it or you want to go long with it. It's a bull market. It's a bear market. I'm not going to explain all these things right now, but I do know them. But I'll tell you what, it's very easy. But don't go online and think you're going to make a bunch of money and not have to pay for these trades. And you go on E-Trade and all these other stupid shit. You don't need them. You could do it yourself. Now, you can't sell stock on your own. That's illegal. That's a FCC requirement. You cannot do that. That's violating law. But you can buy it. Uh-huh. Don't have to be a broker to buy it. Stock. No, no, no. And you don't need that to do commodities. Not to be able to throw it on the open market and sell. Yeah, you have to have a broker do that. That is true. But do some research. Do you really think people that are taking non-commissions and everything that and I make money and it's in my portfolio on E-Trade and I'm making money? I'm a day trader. What a bunch of happy horse shit that is. When was the last time a day trader wasn't doing something else at night like delivering pizza? Come on. It's not the way it works unless you have a lot of money and you're just screwing around and playing around with the market. That's what I'm talking about. Something like sustainable. Because it's only money is just transferable. I spend my money at a store. The money that I spend at that store, they're using it to buy another product, to buy them to make their thing go up. Those people in turn are buying in their own stock, or they're giving out, or they're buying supplies from another company. Then that company is going to buy something maybe from the original guy from his store, or sell you something. It's all transfer. Money is transferred. You don't own shit. All right. And that's why the market fluctuates like that. It depends on who has it and who doesn't. You're guessing. It's a gamble. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Are the 49ers going to cover the spread or is the game going to go over or under? Okay. It's the same kind of thing. I'm telling you. And now a lot of people probably know this, but I'm telling for the people that out there that don't know this stuff, that's how it works. So Eddie Murphy was right. They were like a bunch of bookies out there. But here's the thing. You want to make a little bit of money? This is my opinion now. My opinion. Remember I said that. Utilities. Why? Because I'm a big fan of Monopoly. No, because when, especially in the East Coast, when the weather starts to get warm, what are you doing? You're buying more gas. I'm not talking about for your car. That too, because you have the air conditioner on your car. More gas because it's got to go there because some people have like gas heat and central air and all that kind of stuff. So either you're plugging in your air conditioners, wall units, or stand-up units, or you have central air, right? Those are pretty much the only choices you have. I have central air, but I've had air units. And by the way, those air units, and they were big. The ones that go in the windows, people think, oh, that'll be a lot less money than the central. That's actually not true because the other one could be regulated. The other one, it does, but it doesn't. It ended up being a lot more for me. I mean, we froze our friggin' testes off in it, but the shit would work really well. Anyway, the point I'm making is utilities. So you should go long when we go into the warmer months because what's going to happen with different utilities, whether it's like PSE&G or Florida Power and Light or whatever you have out in the friggin' West Coast out there. I don't remember what it's called. Well, more people are going to be using that. So you would go up. Now, that also shrinks the stock a little bit. It shrinks the commodity as well. You're not going to make as much because everybody's going that way. The only way you really make a killing is when everybody's going one way and you go the other. That's when you make money, whether it's up or down. Saying this is just common knowledge. Everyone knows, oh, yeah, you buy low and sell high. Yeah, but it's easier said than done because you are guessing. You're compiling information. You're trying to make an educated guess because that's all it can be. and that's why market volatile. And a stop loss, to tell you what that is, because I didn't finish. A stop loss, for those that don't know, is if you put $10,000 into, let's say, any kind of commodity. You call your broker, okay, put 10,000 and spread it around and do this. Okay, fine, or 100,000, whatever it is. It's an even amount of money. I'm just using 10,000 as an example, and they put a stop loss at, let's say, I don't know, 9 or even 10, your original investment. What does this mean? That means that if it goes up on what you're doing, if you say, I want this to go short, it's going to lose money or it's going to make money. Okay, I'm talking about commodities, not a company, right? That's a stock. I'm talking about commodities now, whether it's oil or sugar or cocoa or whatever. Or if you're a big fan of trading places, frozen concentrated orange juice. Remember that? Anyway, stop loss is there because let's say it goes up and that's the way that you wanted it to go, right? You wanted it to raise up. You might be into making, if you sold right then and there, you made maybe 20,000, so you're doubling your investment, right? But if you're thinking that it's going up and it ends up going down, a stop loss prevents it from, by the time it gets to your original investment, it stops. What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. That means that at least you could get out, other aside from commissions, because they do get paid for doing it, because they're the ones that are licensed. Just like real estate people, you can't just sell a house to someone and make money. I mean, you got to be licensed. You got to go to school and take the tests and then do a lot of work. And it's a saturated market, but it is profitable because, like God's, they said God is not making any more land. So, like in Manhattan, you couldn't build anywhere else. You got to build up. That's why there's so many tall buildings in Chicago and New York and LA, because they're running out of room. So they got to go up. That's the only way to go. The stop loss will prevent you from losing any more than what you put in. But on the other end of that is if the stock rebounds or the commodity rebounds, like it has a bad few days and then it goes back up, you're stuck. That's it. Once you put in the stop loss, you can't go. You cannot do it. Now, I could be wrong about that because that was like 2003 or whatever it was, but I'm pretty sure that's still the way it works. So you got to be careful with that stuff. If you see that there's a solid company that you believe in and they're making something that's good or whatever, and you have enough, remember, it's just like gambling. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose. That's just a good rule of thumb. It really is. That is a good rule of thumb. Don't put in your last dime and go, God, please, I could be a millionaire if this goes through. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because in the end, just like a casino, the house always wins. So the goal is to get in and get out swiftly. But you can make, I'm not saying you can't make like wise investments and everything. I would go for stuff that has a future. Forget about medical and all that other crap because that stuff is so up and down. Go with something solid and make small little gains, a few percent here and there. Don't go for the gusto and 100% gain and, I got a 40% return. Bullshit. And you're only going to get greedy and want more. And that's when you lose. It's like winning 10,000 at the poker table. And then are you going to walk away? You should, because you walked in there with only 2,000. Guaranteed you're going to try to get it to now. Once I hit 15,000, I'm done. I don't give a shit. I'm not rolling more dice. I'm not doing anything. I'm telling you, that's how it starts, man. It's greed. And I've been there. I've made many donations. I should have my credit card should be bronzed in Atlantic City. You should go and have fun. And if you win, you win. But don't go in there wanting to win. Or I should say, you can want to win. Nobody goes into a casino to lose. That'd be silly there. But don't go in there with the attitude of, I have to win. My last $100, I got to pay my rent of it. Because you already lost. Because you have the wrong attitude. It's a wrong way to think. Life is a state of mind, baby. Remember I said that. And don't be so Mr. Magooish. Open your eyes to some of this stuff that I'm saying. I'm not mad at you people. I'm mad at them for screwing you people, and you don't know it. Some of you don't know. Just trying to help. I don't make a dime for trying to help you. I'm just being me. The Me Machine, once again, is here to open your eyes to certain things on certain days. That's what we're going to do. We've pivoted a little bit. We've pivoted on Wednesday nights. It's hump day. It's easy to remember. We're on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but Wednesday nights is like kind of like hump day humps is what I call it. What does that mean? Because there's a lot of humps out there. Red Bull. Give me a break with this shit. You ever notice it looks like antifreeze? I made a mistake a long time ago. And back in 1997, 98, this is when I was working for WQAM, the Miami Dolphins radio, back in the day. And I could have got in on the ground floor, and I was talking to this guy who came into the, he was by the booth or whatever. I was talking to him in, I don't know, it was like the green room or whatever over there. And they said there's this new sports drink. This is before sports drinks were really big, if you remember this. Back then, they didn't have, it was like Gatorade and shit. And he said, this is going to be big. It's the next new thing, or whatever. And I asked him the name, and he said, and I'm like, that's a fucking stupid name, Like, okay, wonderful. No. And I could have invested in it right then and there. I'd be a millionaire right now. I'm not joking. Everybody has an oops moment. And that's my segue from the company that I am definitely going to share my screen and email with you before night's end. Oh, I can't wait, because they didn't think I would do it. Oh, I let them know that I was under, and I said, don't worry about it. This one's on us. Enjoy. And feel free to tune in. So maybe they are. And I hope they're here, because Uncle Mean Machine ain't fucking around tonight. I'm giving it to you straight, because you people deserve it. You don't need another person bullshitting you and blowing sunshine up your ass and trying to coddle you and everything. I'm a Jersey Italian. We don't have time for coddle. This is the what the fuck are you looking at state. You know what I mean? They had their oops moment, and I'm going to make sure that they pay for it in one way or another. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah. Wait until you see the twist I put on it. The name of the company, by the way, just because sometimes I kind of fade out. My brain goes a little bit crazy. Like in the movie Psycho, Anthony Perkins said near the end, remember, he goes, we all go a little mad sometimes. Company that I could have got in the ground floor with and bought stock and bought a bunch of stuff and helped promote it. It did get big, and that was Red Bull. Yep, it's the truth. I'm a dumbass. I figured this stuff looks like shit, tastes like shit. It looks like antifreeze. Nobody's going to buy a sports drink in a can. Duh. That was my oops moment. So we all have them. I'm sure some people out there that are older than I am, or the same age as me. What's this Apple company? I'm not investing in no Apple bullshit computer. They can't even sell the Lisa, whatever it's called, or whatever. And I have a Commodore 64. IBM is the future, not Apple, whatever. Yeah, those famous last words. Mine wasn't that bad of a goof, but it was pretty bad. And I could have, and then it was too late. But I personally don't drink it. But I have, and it's not bad. It does work. I'm more of a coffee person. All right, I see a thing is popping up, a little bubble. I have to take a break in about a minute. Actually, 2 minutes. We're going to go over credit card companies when I get back. Not one specific one. I'm going to be talking in general. I mean, I could keep it at generalities. I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk in terms that you'll understand on why. Here's the gist of what's going to happen. And I mentioned this earlier. I alluded to it. The part where they say, well, we're on your side. Your security is a priority importance. It's paramount importance to us. Oh, my God, shove it. It is not. It's so that they don't get screwed. They don't give a rat's ass about you. They prey on you. You ever notice when your credit goes up a little bit, something gets removed off your credit report, or you've paid off some things? Why do all of a sudden you get all this stuff in the mail, right? You still get it in the mail or email, regular mail too, for credit card offers and everything. What is that, a coincidence? So they're not selling your friggin', they're not selling your stuff, huh? Not selling your information? Believe me, they are. Nobody reads all those disclaimers and all this terms and conditions and all this shit. Nobody really reads that stuff. I do. Whenever I'm signing something, I'll make you wait, and I'm going to sign it. My signature means something. You want my autograph? You want my John Hancock or my Herbie Hancock? I want to see what the hell I'm signing. And you know what? I've caught a lot of things in the past where I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh, yeah, that shouldn't even be there. Right, because you didn't know. And you wanted me to be sheep, and I'm not a sheep. Anyway, we're going to take a break, but I'm going to go over that when I get back. But in general, not all of them, but in general, every credit card is based by, and it's backed by a bank. And those banks will try to screw you any way they can. And they get away with it because people don't know. So keep that in mind. And we're not edited, not sanctioned. This is not, my editorial or anything like that. I'm not getting, it's not a paid endorsement to say or not say certain things. This is my thoughts and feelings, the Mean Machine's thoughts and feelings. I'm the host of this show, and that Is how I feel about certain things, but it is not blended with fact. This is stuff that I know. Now, maybe things change, maybe they don't change. I don't know. But at least you'll have the facts presented in front of you and make your own informed decision. Macho Camacho, what's happening, man? Caught me on a night where we're just going ape shit. We're going berserk on these companies that are screwing people. Oh, man, you missed a good one, too. Missed a good one. Anyway, you'll have to go back on YouTube and you can watch it because it was a good one. But we're going to call out a few more people. We already went with the buy one, get one. And, how, this macaroni is better for you than this other stuff. And the bullshit with Red Bull and the other things with the Consumer Information Bureau, the credit repair company, more bullshit. And the people that are going to lose weight about getting Jenny Craig, and you could have shakes and chocolate cake and all this stuff. You're going to lose weight. More bullshit. So we went over all that stuff. And we said a happy birthday. I'm going to keep going up there with him because it's his birthday and I love this guy. So we're going to be back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to take a break, a little pause for the cause. And yeah, this is hump day humps. You know what I mean? This is what we've pivoted to on Wednesday nights. There's no gaming on Wednesday nights. There's no trivia on Wednesday nights. This is the undisputed truth and nothing but the truth. Meme Machine, Uncle Meme Machine, if you want. And I'm giving it to you like it is. This is the truth, Ruth. This is what certain credit card companies do, and the people from E-Trade and the buy one, get one free, and the Better Business Bureau, which is more bullshit because you could buy the emblem and buy it. I'm telling you, it's all crap. Don't believe me? Look it up yourself. This is live. This is not edited. We're on a 7-second delay, but that's all it is. And I'm going to share my screen later on with that one company that really pissed me off. And I'm going to show you the stupid, generic bullshit email that they sent too. Because they need to be called out. They say, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah, wait till you see the meme machines twist on it. They're going to go crawl under a goddamn rock where they came from. And I'm going to make sure that everybody knows who they are too. I can't wait. They want to take me on? Fine. Pack a lunch, sister, because you're going to be there all day with me. I don't put up with any shit. I don't allow people to get screwed. I try to give them the information. I'm like a guardian angel, the meme machine, for those that are preyed upon, especially the people online and older folks. You know what I mean? Where these people try to call them up and screw them and everything. If I could get into a dirty and dark alley with some of these son of a bitches, believe me, I'd be the one that's coming out of that alley, not them. I can't stand that when they try to prey on the weak and people that are misinformed or uneducated or whatever, and they're desperate for results or money or whatever. And these companies, that's what they base it on, trying to fuck you over. Well, maybe they will and maybe they won't in the future, but at least you'll be able to do your own due diligence and figure out that I am being straight with you and I'm letting you know. A lot of it is personal experience. I've been around some of these scumbags as I was growing up and everything. I know who they are. And the people that went from New York and went for the tax implications and the relief and everything down in Florida that became a hotbed for bullshit and so many scams and everything, medical stuff, everything, stuff that you wouldn't even believe. And they preyed on the rich, and I don't know if you could prey on the rich, but they did. Or like Aerosmith said, you could eat the rich, but it has nothing to do with that. I don't care if you have $1 million or $1. You should not be misinformed. You should make your own decisions based on fact, not conjecture, not bullshit, not innuendo, facts. And that's what I'm trying to give to you. So let me take that break, and I'll be back in 5. All right. And happy birthday to the man. I'm going to flash him up there again. There he is, Dirty Harry. Actually, this is from A Fistful of Dollars. I think this is the picture of Mr. Clint Eastwood. Happy birthday, man. One of my favorites of all time. The coolest of the cool cats. Right there. Love that guy. Happy birthday, Clint. I hope we can make your day. I got more dad jokes. I got jokes tonight. See you at 5. This is the Meme Machine. All right, we're back here. Welcome back to the Meme Machine. If you're just joining us, you missed a hell of a show so far. Saying what needs to be said. That's what Hump Day is all about. So we've pivoted. Yeah, we do sports, we do movies, we do music, we do trivia, we do all those fun things. I even do a little bit of gaming on Monday and Thursday nights on Twitch. Our handle is the same on everything, which is Meme Machine 973 at Meme Machine 973. Uh, Big thanks to those people that are watching us with the satellite hookup tonight on YouTube. Appreciate that. A lot of subscribers that we've gotten in the last 10 days, something like 60 something. I don't know if that's a lot, but it means a lot to me. One is a lot for me. So it's pretty impressive. And I thank you because just like a business doesn't have a business without customers, well, a show, a broadcast, and a disc jockey like I am It doesn't have a show without its audience, without you guys. So it's your show. I'm just the host. So Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing our thing. Oh, excuse me. And then I sneeze live. That happens. Allergies. You know what it is? There's a lot of bullshit out there, and I'm allergic to that. So, as I'm sure that a lot of you are as well. Excuse me, though. But anyway, so where are we at now? So let's review, shall we? First of all, we were wishing. I was going to say Merry Christmas. We were wishing a happy birthday to the one and only Clint Eastwood. I believe he's 86 today. The guy's awesome. He really is. And I just wanted to say how I appreciate the people because, like every show can't be like all sunshine and rainbows, like Rocky said that one time. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's stuff that maybe is hard to hear or maybe you don't want to hear, or maybe it and it's coming. But I'm not afraid to say anything that I believe in. And you shouldn't be either. But if that's the case, I mean, you want to drop us a line at memachine973@outlook.com, by all means do so. Follow us on Twitter, you know, Facebook, especially YouTube, going in and throwing some likes on our shows, like on the older videos and the live broadcasts and the different reels that we post and everything. And just the viewing time in general is something that we really need as this channel grows, which it is. It's been growing in leaps and bounds and quicker than I could thought. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to put in, a lot of energy. I need an editor so bad that could take long form content, make it into short form content. I have the aptitude. I don't have the time. Someone that could do panels and stuff for Twitch and little emotes. I got rid of OBS. I got rid of Streamlabs. And I'll tell you what, the thing that aggravates me the most, one of the things that aggravate me the most about that stuff is when someone says, "Oh, it's so easy. You could do." You know what? Now you're making me feel like a bigger dick because now it's just like, what am I, an idiot now? I can't do it. I don't have the patience for it. You make these pixels between 1280 and 440 or whatever it is, and then you do it and you find a converter and you get it done and you put it on there, and then it still won't work. Why won't it work? I don't know. And I don't care. I need a nerd. I'm not going to lie. I need a nerd. I do. I need somebody who knows how to do this stuff and everything. I'm not saying you have to be. I'm saying that that's what I'm looking for. Someone that's going to be like an internship, one girl, one guy, two girls, two guys. I don't care. Whatever. You know what I mean? US based, obviously. Got to take care of your own backyard. It'll turn into a paying gig after the summer if it's something that they want to stick with. If we want them and they want to continue to do it, by all means, once we start making money, it'll come out of our half because the other half goes to charity. And that goes for anything that you buy. If you buy the little subs, like the $4.99 or whatever on Twitch or Kick or whatever it is, that's where that money goes. All of that, 100% on those two channels that we make as an affiliate there. That goes to charity. I don't keep a dime of that. And the stuff with Facebook with the stars, that you purchase stars on Facebook and Instagram and all that, and it supports the channel, also all go to charity. The only one that we would actually keep would be whatever we would make on YouTube. We haven't been monetized on YouTube yet, but we're on our way in just a short period of time. So am I saying all these things and having this type of show to get viewership and to have people watch? Well, of course I am, but it's still the truth. So it's a double whammy. It's a good thing. All right, so let's talk about these credit card companies that they seem to love you so much. They prey on you when you have crappy credit, or even when you have good credit. And it's like, well, it depends on the banking relationship that we have with you. You know what that means, right? You know that's it's a euphemism for if you have more money and we feel that you'll give us more money, then your relationship with that bank is a lot better than, let's say, mine or the guy next door or your sister or your mother or your wife or your husband or whatever it is. I can't say this more strongly. Do not combine your credit cards with your spouse. I don't care if she's the loveliest lady in the world. Don't combine it. Don't piggyback or let them piggyback. Joint checking. I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. That's not necessary. You want to prove your love? Take her to Rio. Don't do that, though. I'm telling you, it's a bad goddamn idea. I've seen people go down in fucking flames over this shit. You know what I mean? Oh, you're going to piss me off? You're going to cheat on me? Something like that? I'm going to run up your American Express. Well, I'm telling you. I'm not saying that everybody's bad and everybody does that and you don't have a solid relationship. I'm not saying that. So please take it for what it's worth. I'm saying generalization. It should be for you. It's based on your social security number. Keep it that way. We don't sell your information to other people. Bullshit. You give it away to them. So legally, you're not selling it. You're getting consideration and monetized and all this other stuff that you're getting in different venues. And they that you gave the information to, they're selling it. So legally, we didn't say that they wouldn't. That's an affiliate of ours for marketing purposes. Bullshit. They're selling your information. I'm telling you, they are. It's just done in a roundabout way, and it will cost you so much money. And I guarantee that they're counting on the fact that it would cost so much money to prove them wrong, because that's the way this country is with certain things. We're like in the Stone Ages where we have to prove all this stuff. Whatever happened to innocent till proven guilty? Well, they're using that, and they are stretching that shit like you wouldn't believe. It's true. Sorry, man. It is what it is. I'm telling you the undisputed, unfiltered truth, that I am unfiltered. This isn't the nice machine. If that's what you want, go have your cookies and milk and go sleep. Or go watch someone play Minecraft. That'll put you to sleep. It's like the Golf Channel. Jesus Christ. People actually watch that shit. Oh, what's up, VT? So my thing is these credit card companies where and there's so many things I could go over with that with they make more money. So do banks. I mean, every credit card is backed by a bank. Obviously, that's their bank, so to speak. Okay, so they're all backed by some kind of financial institution. You know what's really good? Credit unions. Credit unions are good if you get into a good one of those, and that's more for the community and people. And they're backed. They're FDIC and all that kind of stuff. And federal, they're I mean, it's a federal credit union, right? The little bit more on your side than a bank would be, if you could find a good one. Who do you trust? Who do you listen to? Word of mouth is the best marketing that there is, right? So Sally next door says, "Oh, these people fucked me over." Well, then you're probably not going to deal with those people, no matter how many people try to court you and this and that. And that's why when your credit goes up, something gets removed, you pay something off or whatever, and you think, "Oh, my credit's going to get great because I paid off these things." It's really not. But okay, let's pretend it's because they want their money. They're selling this shit to a third party collection agency for pennies on the dollar, and they're writing it off. Do you know that once they do that, it's illegal for it to continue to accrue. Now it can accrue fees, but it can't accrue interest. Do you know they still do it anyway, and they get away with it? Not everybody, but I mean, it's supposed to be regulated. But I think that's come to light that how shitty the FBI and the CIA and the IRS and we figured all this stuff out years ago. We used to be really afraid of them. Now nobody is. They're breaking the law more than the criminals are. And by the way, you can't even tell the difference anymore. Who's the good guy and who's the bad guy anymore, right? Or is it just me? Well, I take really, really good medication, so I can't tell. Anyway, not to get off track here. So the one thing I'm going to focus on tonight is the part where they say, they meaning the credit card companies, where this big thing. And I had this where I had a brand new credit card. It wasn't a big limit. I don't know, maybe 15K or something like that. It wasn't like humongous. And this is just one of the many, because there's a lot of these companies out there that are owned by a bigger company, but you don't know. That's where they get their backing from. You ever notice like some of the sites, some of the apps or some are a little bit shittier than the other ones? Shouldn't they all be the same, like as far as functionality and and the AI and all this stuff? No, it's not. Why? Because they're only allotted a certain amount of money to do stuff with, because Big Brother is taking it. So here's the thing and I could go off and on and all day long. I could devote many shows to this, but the one thing that I'm going to concentrate tonight on with the credit card companies is this one thing: the part where it says that you're not responsible for any unauthorized. It didn't say transactions; it says any unauthorized. What does that mean? Saying that if you didn't authorize, if you didn't do it, or if it's not like someone stole your wallet and then, but it's not like that, which is another goddamn nightmare that we'll talk about another day. All right. We have to call the credit card companies and stop everything. But please stop it. Like Capital One is notorious for that bullshit. But I'm not picking on them. I'm not picking on anyone. And don't feel bad for a big conglomerate like that with the bullshit. What's in your wallet? I'll tell you what, motherfucker. Wouldn't you like to know? It's a picture of your wife. What do you think is in my wallet? It's only shitty credit cards that everybody has. God damn. So this is the part that I want to focus on. You're not responsible for that, right? Because your security, you ready for this line of shit? Your security is our utmost priority. Really? Yeah, they care about you. It's like Uncle Al. You know, the one that gets a little bit too close to your sister. That uncle I'm talking about. Yeah, right. Hey, it's warm in here. Why don't you take your shirt off? That uncle. I'm talking about the creepy kind. Anyway, not to pick on Uncle Al. I don't have an uncle. I'm just saying Uncle Al. Anyway, here's the thing. They, meaning the credit card companies, don't want to get hit with chargebacks. First of all, they screw the merchants when you batch out your machine. It used to be like 2% for there, 3%, and American Express was like always like 4%. Those have all gone up because we're in an age where cash is less and less. A lot of people still use cash, and some people still write checks. I get behind these fuckers that I'm at the supermarket and they're writing out a check. They could have rewrote. They could have wrote everything on there except for the amount and signed it. No, they got to do the whole thing while you're standing in line. I have no patience for these people. These are mental midgets. They're mutants. Okay, and they learn at a young age how to be a mutant, and they just grow from there. Anyway, that being said, that aside, it's not because they want to help you out. Okay. Like a credit alert will come up. Did you make this charge? Because they don't want to get hit with the charge because it costs them money. They got to pay it back to the government. All these other things because the antitrust rules and all this other bullshit that goes on behind the scenes, banking and the government. They're here to help you. Anyway, I'm telling you. That's why they don't go, you know what, oh, I didn't make that. Okay, you got to fill out a form. You got to wait. Why do you got to wait 60 days or 30 days, whatever? You ever wonder why? And how come sometimes they'll put the money right back in your account, right? If you say it wasn't you. And then other times they don't. And what's one time when they do put it in, what do they tell you? What's the disclaimer? You ready? Wait for it. This is a temporary adjustment or a temporary I can't think of the actual word right this second because I ain't feeling that good tonight, but I promised I would do this show. I don't know. They're just giving you a temporary credit is really what it is. I can't think of the actual name, but that's what it is. Why is it temporary? If you say that you tried to, if you have no idea who this company is that made this charge and you didn't do it, and you're the one that they have all your personal information, right? And, your social security number, you got to have all that crap. You have. By the way, just real quick while we're talking about that, next time you go into a new doctor's office or for a job app or anything, do not put your social security number. It is optional. They're not going to tell you. There's always going to be a spot on the top that says social security number. Do not add it. If you go online and you're applying for a job and it says, well, you can't move forward on this and you haven't even gotten the interview yet or gotten the job, fuck them. Don't take the job. Don't work for these people. They need that ahead of time. It's the only way that they can verify you. There's about 400 other ways that they could verify you. They don't need that. If you're getting hired and you have a letter of intent or a offer letter or something along those lines, and you already gave HR or whoever it is that's taking your information, and they need to do it for a background check, that's different. I'm talking about before you even set eyes on this place or that you even have a viable offer or anything like that. Don't fill out your social. And people wonder how come, because it could be some psycho that just came back from 17 cups of coffee and sniff and blow in the bathroom that's having a pissy day and their boyfriend screwed a barnyard animal and she's pissed off from the night before and she sits down and he sees your shit. Go, you know what? I'm going to use this fucking number. How do you know that doesn't happen? Is this a big conspiracy? No. Does shit like that happen? You bet it does because I saw it happen with my own eyes. You know what I mean? So be careful with that stuff. If you go into a doctor's office and they need you know why they need your social? In case the insurance doesn't pay it and they want to charge you and you don't pay, and they can send you to a collection agency. They need your social security number. Now, they can still send you without it, but a lot more difficult to get you to pay without it. Don't add it. They're taking your blood. They're taking your urine. They're taking your temperature, and they're doing all this stuff. They got the stuff up your ass and everything else. That's not good enough for you. You need my social? Kiss my squirrel. I'm not giving you anything else. If they won't see you because of it, say, take care, say a prayer, comb your hair, change your underwear, see you there. Bye-bye. And leave. Fuck that guy. I'd rather go see Dr. Seuss or Dr. Pepper or Dr. Feelgood. Either or. No matter how you slice it, you don't need to fill that out. And I guarantee if you don't and you hand in the paper, you know how when you sit down, here, fill out these 17 forms and then we'll be right with you. Uh-huh. Right. And you fill it all out and you got to remember the fucking medication that you took in 1979 or whatever the hell it is. Are you on any kind of medication? Yeah, you just got the list, bitch. What do you think? Look it up. I can't pronounce this shit. Be careful with that. But anyway, that's the Social Security part. It's actually illegal for them to ask you that. Some in some circumstances. Just because it says it on the top doesn't mean you have to fill it out. It's arbitrary at best. So this is what you do. You tell the credit card companies to go fuck themselves. And this is why. Because they just want to make money. Obviously, it's a money-making thing. We all know that it's credit card, and everybody's using it because of the online thing. And then once the dot-com bubble bursted, and then they raised rates in the early 2000s and all this other shit. And I already went over it after the savings and loan scandals of the 80s. That's when the banks went with the antitrust suits and all this stuff, and they cried and bitched and moaned to the government. Oh, people are writing off their interest and everything on their taxes, and that's why you can't do it anymore, because the government needed to have the because they need the banks to be solid so they could do their bullshit and take on vacation. You know, the whole deal with that crap, right? The fat cats. That's how that all came about. But the credit card companies do not want to pay the chargebacks. They can write it off as a loss, but that's why. It has nothing to do with you. They don't give a rat's ass about you. It's the friggin' charges that they don't want to have to deal with the merchant and the you know, by the way, if you get enough of those on there, you become a risk and they start to flag you. Oh yeah, we don't sell your information. Bullshit. Yes, they do. They do it in a roundabout way. If I say I'm not going to sell your information and somebody else, I pay for them to do something or they're paying me for something else and I give them your information as part of that deal, legally, I didn't sell them your information, did I? It's semantics. It's bullshit. I'm telling you, they do. How the hell do you think? That's why, I have free Yahoo email. I have free this. I have free that. You're selling yourself, man. How do you think you buy something or you're just looking at something on Amazon, let's say? I'm not picking on them. I'm just saying, or eBay or whatever it might be. You make the purchase or you don't. How the hell is the next time you have your phone in your hand, 20 minutes later, there's ads for that specific amount of things that you were trying to get or that thing? Like, I want to get catnip for my sister's cat or whatever the hell. How the hell a week later or a few days later, I have ads that come up on my free email for freaking catnip? Did you wonder why that is? But we're not selling your information. Yeah, how the fuck they know that then? Scary, right? I don't even that's why I don't have Facebook Messenger and all that bullshit. If you don't have my text, you can't text me, and you don't have my number, there's a reason for that. No, I need to have Messenger too, so I can convert. I don't have time for. I don't know about you, but I don't have time for that shit. I've had mine disabled since 2008, I think. I looked; there was like 690 messages. I left. I just went ha 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 ha. Delete. Oh, I forgot you don't have Messenger. You didn't forget. I never told you I did. So it's not that you forgot. You just assumed. You know, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Assume anyway. That's the thing about credit card companies. I could go into more depth with that, but I've got to save it for the coup de grace that's coming up in a little bit with this one company that screwed around with a Sicilian from North Jersey. Whoops. They're about to have their whoops moment. I promised them. I asked them to tune in. I'm calling them out. You bet your sweet ass that I am. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, after I take a break, the next break I take, come back, I'm going to share the screen with their website and the bullshit email that they sent to me. They obviously didn't know what they were doing. They didn't even put the lady's last name. Yeah, they're so legit. You violated terms and conditions and code of conduct. Yeah? Your mother. How's that? How did I do that? I filled out a form. They verified my phone number, address, email, everything first, and then locked me out because I went from the higher paid one where I was trying to get somebody to the lower paid one. All of a sudden, seconds later, they locked me out. It's bullshit. I'm telling you it is. Money makes the world go round? No, common sense does. Let me tell you something. Remember the movie Sense and Sensibility? I didn't see it, but I'm just saying that is a superior state of mind is where superior intellect comes, and it will overcome anything. It's easy to say, oh, I know this and I know that. Great. If you have personal knowledge of it, I sympathize, I empathize, both. But I'm telling you, I know life. And I don't know everything about everything, but I do know a lot about some things. And this is one of them. They're full of shit. And I won't allow them. The me machine will not allow people to be preyed upon. Now, will that still happen? Yeah, I'm only one person or a group of people. Okay. I can't stop all that. But if I could educate one person on what this is and they abstain from that and they don't get screwed, I did a good thing. I did a happy thing. I did something with probative value. I did something more than just advice. I gave them a choice. Either listen to it or don't listen to it. Take it with a grain of salt, ignore it altogether, or take it to heart. That's up to you. I can't tell you, hearts and minds, baby. You can't change everybody. And I'm not trying to change you. I'm just giving you an alternate theory, so to speak. But I think the more that you delve into a lot of these things that I'm saying, and I'm just saying them, but once you see what I'm talking about, you're going to go, holy shit, this lunatic was right. And I'm not a lunatic. I'm crazy like a fox. Anyway. So we went over BOGO, we went over the pasta, we went over the bullshit with Red Bull, the stuff that the banks are screwing you on, the things that Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and Slim Fast say. Oh, the keto bar. That's one of my favorite things. Yeah, here's a keto bar. Have this chocolate, nutty, sugary, crusted shit. It's a keto bar. Yeah, because if you eat that, it'll help you lose weight. Me choking you until you throw up will help you lose weight too. It doesn't mean I'm going to go around and do it. You're going to be shitting me. If you really, yeah, you could have chocolate cake and pizza and you're going to lose weight. If you believe that, once again, I have a bridge to sell you. Stop and think about what you're saying, doing, and feeling about these things. Me Machine will not bullshit you, man. I know what I know. I have inside information on a lot of things, a lot of people, and it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, especially if they tune in. And I welcome them all to do it. You know what? You don't want that to happen to you? Then stop screwing people. And omitting the truth is the same thing as lying. And they can't say, oh, a corporate, my bad. That doesn't work for me. You know how much I hate that shit. My bad. Oh, I just ran over your dog. Oh, my bad. That doesn't work. That doesn't absolve you from shit. You saying my bad. I already know you're an asshole. I need you to admit that you are and apologize for it. Not it's my bad. You're goddamn right it's your bad. Now make it your good and shut the fuck up about it. God damn, I can't stand that. Oh, I banged your sister. I didn't know it was your sister. My bad. God, would you please with this shit? Enough with the my bad thing. It's almost as upsetting as cool beans. I like to friggin' rip out someone's trachea when I hear that. Or it's delish. It's so delish. What are you in a rush that you couldn't say delicious? No one asked you to spell it, bitch. That's another thing. Can you spell your last name? Of course I can. It's mine. Question is, can you? I'm just kidding. This is non-edited, it's non-filtered, and it's nothing but the truth. I'm telling you what I know about different subjects. Your thoughts and feelings on it. You want to type in the chat. You want to tell me how you're feeling about certain things. Great. Fine. Wonderful. But I'm going to say what I say. And I feel that some people will get something out of it. It's not all about gaming for me. It's not all about trivia for me. We could talk about the NFL and Major League Baseball and the NFL draft, the upcoming season, and what's going on with the NBA Finals. And I'm glad the Celtics lost, by the way. But anyway, or the NHL players, or whatever is going on. Yeah, we're going to do all that on Saturday. But tonight and Hump Nights, that's the way we're pivoting. We're going to have some entertainment, probative value, and some advice for some people to take or not take. It's yours out there. I'm just going to leave it there like candy on Halloween. You take what you need. Just don't take it all. Leave some for some other people. You could have those Tootsie Rolls on. Nobody wants that shit anymore. I don't go trick or treating, man. I can't wait till Halloween. I love that stuff. So like 5 months from now. I used to love Halloween. I still do. It's probably how we all got diabetes from that day. Dentists love November. You know what I mean? You get it. You get the point. More bullshit. Next time, check out the BBB. Tell them you're starting a company and you need a plaque and this, that. You don't have to wait. As long as you can pay your way right in. That's how legit. It is not, I repeat, not a government agency. It is not a state agency. It is a regular company. You can open up Joe Schmo's credit bureau or Joe Schmo's, it's non-regulated. So you could open up some, but the Better Business Bureau has the best. I'll repeat this because I'm in awe of it. It's got to be the best marketing advertising thing I have ever seen. People think it's this big legit company. No, it's not. You could buy your way in and absolve yourself from wrongdoing. Then you can change your ID numbers and get more plaques. And you get the seal, the little BBB seal. Yeah, copy and paste it from the internet. It's bullshit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Trust me. Uncle Me Machine will not steer you wrong. All right, we have to take a break. The little thing is flashing. When I don't have an engineer here, which most of the time my home studio I do not, I have like a little thing that comes up because we're still on a 5 to 7 second delay when we're on satellite radio on Saturday night. So, but we still have a lot of listeners right now. Now you can't see them. It's not going to show up in the different rooms where it says like there's 30 people watching in YouTube or there's people in Kick or Twitch or you're not. You guys aren't going to see that. I see that. That's on my screen right now. So with the link up right now, there is. It's not really busy night. It's a Wednesday and it's the East Coast. So right now there's it's not that many, maybe 3,400 people right now. Or actually, I'm sorry, 30. What does that say? Let me refresh it. Oh no, that's right. So it's not a real busy night. Because without the regular link up that we have on Saturdays, there's a little bit less than 4,000 people that are listening, cumulative total plus the people that are in the rooms right now. So, but hey, I could be sitting here. I would tell you if there was 2 people or 2,000 people. I've told you that before. I'm going to say what I have to say, and then maybe you could get something out of it. So I'm going to take that break. And when we get back, I'm going to share my screen. And this is going to be our finale for tonight. I promise them, and I'm going to deliver. I fear no one and nothing. I don't. I've been through close to death so many times. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. I have no fear. I'm going to tell the people what needs to be said and let them make their own decisions. But I'm telling you, this one's going to be based on fact. I'm going to show you the email from this stupid idiot and the website that I need you to stay away from. Well, I don't need you to. You should. Do what you want. But at least you'll have my take on it. And that to me is important because I have firsthand knowledge. Firsthand knowledge. This is not speculation. It is not derision. It is not me being somber or guarded and not wanting to do this. Okay. It's going to be the real truth, Ruth. I'm telling you right now. More bullshit from another bullshit company you got to stay away from because it's going to look legit on the surface and it's a facade. It's all a whitewash bullshit. They're selling your information and it's crap. And if you're on this particular site as someone that could be found on the site, and you think it's legit and you're paying a portion of whatever proceeds you might make, and you people need to know too. So whether they're watching tonight or they're going to watch on a rerun, I'm going to make sure that I'm loud and proud and I'm going to say what I saw. I'm going to show you, in case not that you wouldn't believe me, I'm going to show you the email and I'm going to show you the website. And you need to stay away from it because you're asking for nothing but bullshit that you don't need in your life. We got enough of this crap. I reached out and took a chance with an online company that I didn't research really that far. I didn't do my due diligence as much as I should have, I admit. All right. But they should have never have done what they did. And they thought that they were getting a sheep. They ran into a shepherd. And they're going to get called out for it. And if it stops one person from signing up with them or attempting to, I should say, then I did my job. And yeah, that is my job. To protect those that can't protect themselves, to be a voice for those who don't have one, to inform those that are uninformed, to educate those that are uneducated, and to protect those that need protection. You'll get that all right here from the Meme Machine. I don't go after people. I protect people. I use my powers for good, not evil. Kabish? We'll be back in 5. Don't go anywhere. You're not gonna want to miss this. I can't wait. I've been waiting all night to show you these jerk offs. I can't wait. Back in 5. You're listening to and watching the Meme Machine exclusively on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick this evening. Be back in 5. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. Let's take that off of there. All right, so those that are still with us tonight, we're going to be wrapping up the show in a little bit. Now, I was going to give this next segment the first 10 minutes of our time, I should say. Like Spicoli said, because if you have to be here and I have to be here, doesn't that make it our time? Remember, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But we're doing a serious show tonight here, and every now and then, I guess you have to. So that's what we're going to do. And we're on a delay. So let me grab that and take that off of there. So I'm going to, as promised, and I don't make idle threats or anything. It's nothing like that. And this isn't like, oh, I just decided to go after this particular, you know, company or whatever you want to call it. That's not what the case is. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, here they are. Oh, you can log in. I can't log in anymore. You know why? They deactivated my account within minutes due to code of conduct violation and violating their terms of service. I've This is what I did. You ready on this big nefarious thing? Okay, here we go. And by the way, I could go more into depth and use money and resources, go in there, find out who owns it, send a target letter, you know what I mean? And just screw around with them in court or whatever I wanted to do. If they don't mean that much to me at all, to do that. And win or lose, it would cost them money to defend themselves. Which normally, if I was in a shitty mood or I was a hard-hearted person, or the person that they are saying that I am or that I represent, I don't represent anyone but myself. All right. So I got to tell you, if I wanted to go in depth, I would. But I'm a Christian man and I'm not going to do that. And normally I wouldn't even give them the time of day. But I'm telling you, they are full of shit. This is what I did. I filled out the form. You're supposed to fill out a form. I was looking for an editor. So I said, all right, let me try this one site. I really don't want to do I didn't do the most due diligence that I normally would do. And I'm desperate. I need an editor really bad, someone that could take long form content, put in the short form. And I even put there's like a little box. What is your intentions? And what are you looking for, or what's your timetable, or what's the amount of money you want to spend? They give you like this drop down menu of all the different hourly rates, or a regular rate, or corporate rate, or whatever it is. So I felt that like there's people that are like hundreds of dollars an hour, and there's people that's like the lowest form was like 2 to 8 an hour or whatever. I tried both, but I'll tell you what, as soon as I dropped it down from the higher one to the lower one, that's when this code of conduct thing popped up and they booted me. And not that I got mad. If I knew why, and they won't even tell me why, by the way, I guess they don't have to, but then I don't have to not do what I'm doing either, right? It's a free country, baby. Anything free about it. If it was a free country, by the way, that there wouldn't be taxes, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now, and this is their site. So let's do that. Let's go back to here. I'm not endorsing them. I'm telling you to stay away from these perks, and I'm going to tell you why. I have proof, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. So let's share screen, and let's do that, and we're going to share. So here we go. Asshole of the week. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go through with subsequent ones. I'm going to give them time. And I promised them in the email that I'm going to read to you that I wrote to them. I'm going to let them know. Exactly. Because I told them I would do this. I don't know if they didn't respond. They're not going to. They don't have the balls to respond. So here we go. Asshole of the week goes to, drum roll, please. Dun, dun, dun. Freelancer.com. There it is, right there, baby. See it? Hire the best freelancers for any job online. Bullshit. All right. Earn money freelancing or hire a freelancer. Actually, so people could go in there and they have like their own thing that they do or whatever. And I'm sure that this is just so that I'm telling you this right up front. Okay, this is nothing against the people that go on there. There's other sites like this too. I saw several of them. They're dime a dozen. They have decent, graphics and this and that. So they spent a little bit of money on their AI and all this other kind of stuff. All right. So people that go on there as freelancers looking to get hired at, for work, this is not against them. This has nothing to do with them. All right. Now, did this particular person? No, I didn't deal with any specific person, but let me give you a little bit of, yeah, 5 stars from Michael. He probably works there. So, and they're on all different social media, just like everyone else is. Like I said, dime a dozen. So, this is what it says. So it says how it works, right? You hire the best freelancers for any job. The world's largest. Really? Are you sure about that? Freelancer marketplace. That's actually not true. Okay, number one. Number two. Any job you can get possibly think of that might be true. And like I said, it looked like save up to 90% and get quotes for free. Yeah, kind of. Here's what I did. So I went on there and I signed up because you have to sign up. I verified who I was. I would have given them a copy of my license if I had to. I mean, I was desperate to get an editor. I don't care if the shit was free and they did an excellent job. And there's probably great freelancers on there that I could really use. But because they're because they're freelancers, instead of doing it on their own, they're doing it on the backs of freelancer. And freelancer takes a piece of what they, I mean, and I get that that's business. I don't have an issue with that. All right. And they might do good work, but the site itself and the people that are behind it are pieces of shit. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. If you did something wrong in this country, you get to face your accuser, right? You get to find out what it is. You don't fucking just make up something just for whatever. After they get your information, which I'm sure they're going to try to sell, but I only gave them the Meme Machine stuff. I didn't give them a personal one. I verified my address. I verified my phone, verified my name and my email. This is what was required. There was like a box. And what's your intent? And I don't remember what I put exactly, like verbatim, like word for word. But what I put was, I'm looking for editors. I was thinking about doing, for the emotes and the stuff that I don't have the patience to do or whatever, little emotes for Twitch and Kick, whatever. But I need someone that could take an editor, long form content into short form content and that kind of thing. And that's what I need. And then there's a drop down. Okay, how much do you want to spend? And then they'll send you like the people that are like the bottom end that are just trying to get whatever. And they're trying to get work. And I get that. That's fine. There's like a freelance photographer or something. Like you could hire, back in the day, you had to call them or use the phone book and let your fingers do the walking. Now it's this online. And that's fine. I don't have issue with that. I don't take issue with that. And if I didn't get picked up by a certain one or what, all I did was fill out a form. I attached our logo. It said it's optional. I attached our logo, which is my LLC, Meme Machine Media, which is owned by Ventalia Media Group, by the way. You can look it up. And that's who owns the name Meme Machine. I own my own name. I had to buy it back in 2004. All right. When we had our websites and we sold our DVDs, and the websites did really well and everything. And anyway, so as you can see, it looks legit, right? And it all looks good. And freelancers for any job online, we don't even give a shit what it is. Yeah, just come here and we'll take care of it for you. It's like a matchmaking service, like Match.com, except you're not dating them. So here's the deal. I fill out a form. I tell them my intent. I need an editor. Here's my logo. I verify my information. As soon as they match me up with some lady that's like 90 something dollars an hour, I'm like, are you nuts? I switch it to the lower one just because I wanted to see. I wanted to see the variance. I wanted to see not that I couldn't afford it, but I wanted to see what was out there. I didn't even that first quote that came in was that I changed it real quick. By the way, you don't get to choose. They choose you. So I guess that's the way their algorithm works or whatever. And this is nothing against their tech guys or even the freelancers on there. That's not them that did this. It's their shitty site. And they have all this thing, like there's some big legit thing. Okay. If they were that big legit or whatever, more people would know who they are. You ever see them advertise? I don't. You ever see them on TV? I'm on satellite radio. I've never heard of them. But that's fine. Like I said, they're a dime a dozen that you go in there and you put it like in a Google search. All sorts of companies like this come up. And it's for all different aspiring artists and editors and music people and whatever it is. And that's cool. I love all those type of people. I do. I'm a media personality. I'm a public figure. I have been for a very long time. You just didn't know. You would hear my voice in commercials and on the radio and everything like that. You didn't see me. But I got to tell you, stay away from this site, man. They send me, as soon as I switched it to the lower thing, all of a sudden it boots me out. I'm like, what the hell? And I really needed some. I was desperate. I took a chance. And this is what I get for my trouble. So let's pull up the bullshit email that they sent me. Now, if I can't pull it up on here, save up to 90% and get quotes for free, and pay only when you're 100% happy. Right. But you got to pay the money to do that. More bullshit. So this is what I'm saying. So let's go. I'm going to pull up my email. So 1 second. All right. And I'm not promoting them. This is bad publicity because they suck. Oh, by the way, I get it from another bullshit company. Here's our Memorial Day sale. And that was yesterday. There's another one. What are you selling, mattresses? Fuck. All right, I got to find this thing because it's unbelievable. Here we go. All right, here we go. Can I share this? 1 second. Oh, man. You know what? I might not be able to. I'm going to read it to you, though. But I'm telling you, I'm looking right at it. It won't let me, for security purposes, it won't let me do 1 second. And then, by the way, while I'm doing that, there was another one where I saw this through Think Media Online, and they're nice, nice people. They seem like they are, or whatever, and they're on YouTube, and they said to go through this munch thing, and they're out in Israel or something like that. And these people, and you're supposed to be able, for free, to be able to put your stuff into this one little engine thing and make them or allow them to edit out stuff for you and to combine it. It makes long form content into short form content. Perfect. Except it kept declining mine. And you know why? Because the beginning of the show is music and no talking because I need it edited out because that's how the stream or the broadcast starts. I got to wait for the satellite hookup to kick in. So sometimes it takes like 10 minutes or whatever. I can't do it ahead of time. It doesn't work that way. And if you know anything about satellite radio and hookups, you'll know I'm telling you the truth on this. So that being said, they they're called Munch. And they kept kicking it back, saying that we can't help you because it can't be just that. It's got to be talking too. Well, asshole, that's the whole reason I needed it edited. So it kept denying it. Error, error, error. Well, so you're telling me I have to edit out the beginning part so that it's just my voice from when after 5 or 10 minutes starts. That way I could fix that and then send that to you so that you could edit it. So I have to edit it myself to send it to you to edit? What the fuck does that mean? And why would any nice algorithm, by the way? They suck, and I'm not going to take it out on Think Media because it's not their fault. But they need to look into more. That's like the guys that are on YouTube that start, advocating for mutt packs and scumbags like that. Unbelievable, man. Don't say yes to every person that comes down the pike that might sponsor you. They're all shitty at the beginning. Then it gets good. Okay, so hi, Mean Machine. I'm reading this right now. This is from Sunday at 4:09 p.m. Hi, Mean Machine 973. We've identified a unresolved issue that's preventing your project, which was named I Need an Editor for Our Social Platforms, from being posted. The problem may be a result of the following issues. The project shows behavior that is contrary to our code of conduct. What does that mean? It says additional reasons. Remember, it said may be. In other words, we still can't give you a straight fucking answer. Additional reasons. Your project shows behavior that is contrary to our code of conduct. Please refer to freelancer.com and a bunch of other bullshit. You'll be able to post your project by resolving the issue. Here are some tips to help you do that. They're not going to help you. You need to do it, right? Because you pay the dime. I'll help you with shit. If the issue relates to specific project details, please correct those details. Ensure your project adheres to freelancer.com's terms of service. And it goes on for fucking ever. Trust me. Your project, here we go. Your project must be worth a minimum $10 USD fixed budget or $2 USD hourly rate, which I posted as that. As much higher than that, then I lowered it. They only give you certain options. What did I do? Put it 50 cents? Once you've resolved the issue, you'll be able to get your work done by thousands of skilled professionals at a fraction of the cost. How do you know how much the cost is? Have you even looked into it? So it says resolve your issue. So I did, and I sent them an email. Well, I can't see that part because I can't get into the account anymore. And I said the same. What terms of service, what code of conduct are you referring to? I filled out a form. I sent it in. I verified my information. I'm looking for an editor. I attached my logo. That's it. That's it. That's all I did. I promise you, people, that's all I did because I needed someone to do it. I needed to be worked on already. Now this is holding me up because these assholes. So they're and the little cantankerous attitude they have about it too. It may be that way. So you haven't even shown me enough attention as someone who had to sign up because I didn't have a choice. You're not even sure what it is. Oh, it could be this. It could be that. Well, yeah, it could be your sister's ass. What does that mean? It could be. Why don't you tell me what the problem is? You don't like the name the meme machine? Well, fuck you. I don't like the name freelancer. A little gay bird on there and everything else. Browse jobs. Hire freelancers. Get ideas. Right. Because the last original idea they had went friggin' swirling around the bowl and I heard the toilet flush. How's that for an original idea? Please. So that's that email. So I respond back the next day, which is this past Monday. Okay. I'm going to bring it up. Got to find it now. Wait a minute. Oh, every time I log into Twitter, it's got to send me 16 emails saying, because I use a VPN, a virtual, a network, because they're always trying to track you and this and that. I know, and I realize that right now I sound like some kind of conspiracy theory nut. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. You have to put your finger here, and it says try another finger. Yeah, that's what she said. Try another finger. I like this one. So where's the damn email? I got to take these off. I'm getting older, so I need regular glasses now. Just for reading, not for driving. Which I got to do this shit like my dad used to do. Oh, you can't even see me right now. Never mind. Your project has been declined. God, there's so much crap in here. All right, so let's see. Oh, you know what? We'll make this easy. Okay, there it is. Got it. I don't see the original one, but I see the... Okay, here it is. Here we go. I got it. Now, I want to be able to bring this up. Let's go to share screen. 1 second. So let's get rid of them. Stop sharing. Trying to make the email bigger. I want to minimize it. I want to make it bigger. All right, it's not letting me do it. All right, but I'm going to read this to you, okay? And I promise you, I did not write this. I mean, I wrote the response. Here's what it says. Remember, excuse me. So what I said was, to reiterate for those that came in late, oh, you violated this, that, but we can't tell you. We don't know what the fuck it is. But if you raise the price of how much you want per hour or whatever, like all of a sudden, magically, it'll be fine. I don't know what kind of crazy idiots or maniacs are going to be on there. I was taking a chance. Hi, me machine 973. Good day, it says. We regret to inform you that we have closed your account for violating the site's terms and conditions. As such, you ready? They use words that they don't understand. As such, we're afraid you ready for this line of shit? Here it is. As such, we're afraid that we're unable to reopen it. We're also are not privy to discuss the details of the violation due to security reasons. Because, they're a big highfalutin bullshit. Anybody and their mother could go on there and sign up websites. So they have these big time morals. You know how that goes. Unless, of course, you have money. Should you have any other concerns, though, please let us know. Regards, Maria B. We didn't even put her last name. Stands for bullshit, probably. Freelancer.com support team. So let me read this to you again. You're going to love my response because I was kind of agitated at the time. I was having a shitty day. And then I get this. And remember, keep in mind, folks, I didn't do anything wrong. And they can't even tell me what it is. Well, I'm going to read it again. Good day. We regret to inform you that we have closed your account for violating the site's terms and conditions. I filled out a form. I put my logo on it. I told them what I needed. I was friendly about it, and I didn't violate anything, and I verified all my information as per their request. No terms and conditions were violated. Nothing happened. I didn't use foul language. I put very nicely, and I put that I was actually going to be giving away. Yeah, that's right. Not charging them, assholes. I was also thinking about giving away a not a scholarship, but like an internship to lucky people because I don't have the patience to do it. To do the little emotes and the editing and all that kind of stuff. I was letting them know that that's the kind of hearted man that I am, that I want to. I could get the help, but I could also turn into a paying gig for a young person that is good at this kind of stuff if they decided they want to continue on. If not, they could at least have it on their resume, and I would verify it. I can notarize it. I'm a notary, and those sort of things, and help them and put it on their something they could take. I worked with a live show and that kind of thing. As such, we're afraid we're unable to reopen it. We're also not privy to discuss the details of the violation due to security reasons. What a line of are you seeing how this is being set up as bullshit? So we're going to knock you out of the box here. You're not spending enough money up front, and we can't tell you why, but we know that we did it. But if you have any questions, you can ask us, but we can't answer any of your questions because we can't tell you because of security. Oh, okay. So here's my response. You ready? And this is not even to her. I'm sure she's just a desk jockey that's just trying to collect her minimum wage paycheck or whatever she's doing. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Maybe she's trying to support herself or her kids or her family, whatever. I don't have an issue with that, so to speak. She was just unfortunately the one that decided to send that to me as per house rules or whatever. So here's my response. You ready? Good afternoon, Maria. I took a chance and tried a new company to get some help for our rapidly growing show. I filled out the form. I attached our logo. I confirmed my phone number and email address. I confirmed my home address. The response I received back from your company, because I'm addressing her because the email is a response back to her, was generic and bland. I have not, or nor would I ever do anything to violate any code of conduct or terms of service. I simply filled out a form. That's it. Freelancer can't even tell me what this wild accusation is all about, but that is okay because you're not going to get anything out of it for security reasons. Fungal. Here we go. So here's the rest of it. It's a nice email. It's pleasant, as pleasant as a Sicilian could get on a Monday, which was a few days ago. I've spoken to our producer, which is true, and they have agreed to give me a minimum of 10 minutes per show for the next 30 days, approximately 6 shows, to go on air and tell our audience on how Freelancer conducts business and how they treat it, a person on Memorial Day of all days, because I served. So, it was bullshit. So I will share my screen during the live show so that all watching can take a look at the site and the ridiculous emails I received from Freelancer as well, so that they know to stay away from it. Between our regular U.S. audience and the radio satellite hookup, the message should get out to at least 152,000 listeners in the USA, which is actually, it's more than that, and even more on our live video hookup. Plus, people will be able to watch reruns of our shows online for all time, so they don't miss our message from us to you. You could get away with screwing over people who don't have money or resources like I do, but you will soon realize very soon, or I should say, but you will realize very soon on how treating people badly without any basis can come back and bite you. And I plan on taking a large bite. And I don't thank me because it's the least that I can do. That's a euphemism for go fuck yourself, by the way. Please feel free to save this email for reference. And by all means, tune into the show on Saturday night as we plan on opening with this and the freelancer website front and center. Once again, no need to say thank you. This one's on us. Have a nice holiday and a pleasant week. Once again, a euphemism for a fungal thermometer. Okay. That's what that means. So I violated it because it wasn't enough money, apparently. And they're so wonderful. And terms of service have been, they're accusing you of something. They close your account. They didn't even give you a chance to, you fucking write a response saying, which terms of service did I did? What can I do? I mean, what do you mean? And how did that happen? What the hell? They knew very little about me. How the hell would they even make a determination like that? Oh, gee, it had something to do with money because I lowered it. As soon as I said no to that bid, it was too much. All of a sudden, magically, you get shut down. Fuck you. I mean that in a nice way, too. All right. So I wouldn't piss on these people if they were on fire. Okay. And I'm being honest with you. I'm not a hard-hearted man, and I'm not an evil person, and I'm not up to some nefarious thing, and I don't have an agenda or some kind of crusade against them. But God damn it, man. You're telling me I did this and that. It's a serious accusation, and then you can't even tell me what it is for security reasons? I have a global maritime license. Do you know what that means? It means pretty much anything about anyone at any time, and that's all over the world, baby, and that's government. Okay? So don't piss me off. Don't tug on Superman's cape. And by the way, I have the comprehensive one. Yeah, for hazardous materials that come into the in containers, stuff that comes in and out of the country or whatever. Yeah, I'm licensed for the next several years, by the way. I'm a logistics guy. Okay, one of the other businesses I've been involved with for years. So if they want to fuck around with people, that's fine. You know what I mean? I can't stop them from doing that, and I certainly can't stop you from going to the site. You make your own informed decision. You want to use them, and there's probably great people that are on there as freelancers. They don't work for there. There's just a way for them to pivot to, if they don't have their own website, how are they going to get, well, this place is known, and they're bringing people to, like that kind of thing. So that was my response. Did I take it personally? You goddamn right I did. Because he couldn't even tell me, hey, it's because your show is a little bit racy or it's a little bit edgy or this. They didn't know anything about anything. They just said that because I was honest with them on what I needed and what I might do in the future. And I lowered the price bracket down. All of a sudden, magically, I get a bullshit email like that. So I'm a man of my word. If you want to mess around with people like that, some of us, like myself, I'm looking right at you. Okay. This is for you, Marie, and anybody else that doesn't. If you're going to accuse them in this country anyway, you have to tell what it is. Okay. And you got to prove it. Right. You can't just say that and say, we're not privy. I'm telling you because of security. What security are you referring to, bitch? If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So even in the fancy jargon, don't use the word privy because you don't even know what that means. Like I said, I could do my due diligence on these people and rip them a new asshole if that's what I want to do, but I don't want to give them any more publicity than I already am. But I am a man of my word. I will mention this again on Saturday and all throughout the month of June. You're going to hear about it. And every person that doesn't go on there and use their service and they lose even a dime, my job here is done. And that's how we're going to end for tonight. Don't tug on Superman's cape. Do not go after sheep. And then when you hit a shepherd, think you're going to glaze over because nothing gets past these eyes. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I've been around a lot. Like the old things that they say, believe only half of what you see and none of what you hear. Well, trust me on this one. Look at me and listen to me. They're full of shit. I didn't do anything wrong. But you know what? It's okay. Because maybe this is what was meant to be for me to call them out. And I'm calling them out. Make no mistake. You can jerk me off with your lips. I swear to God, I don't really care. All right? You can't do that to somebody who was not desperate. I would never be that, I don't want to be mythological about it. I don't want to be condescending to the people that are making a living trying to do freelance stuff on there. I'm not. Once again, I am not going after them. They had nothing to do with this. But what the hell? You can't just do that. And by the way, now they have that information, and I bet you dollars to donuts they're going to sell it. Let them. I have guards up on everything. But here's the thing: stay away from these people. There's way, way better alternatives out there. Bigger doesn't mean better, and known doesn't mean the best. So remember this, if nothing else. Stuff that I mentioned this evening, the stuff that I mentioned about the bank that are screwing and the credit people, and the Consumer Information Bureau, and all the bullshit, with them having the same phone number, and that's how they screw people, try to sell, and people that are desperate, and they're basically preying on those people that have a weakness, people that can't fight back or don't know how or don't have the money or resources to. So they're kind of stuck. The poor get poorer and the rich get richer and that kind of thing. Well, I'm the cog in the wheel. I'm the monkey in the wrench. I am the mean machine. And it's not towards the people that I'm mean to. It's towards the people that try to bully people and screw people over. Yeah, you better believe that you got me on your side. So you want to drop me a line, meanmachine973@outlook.com. You had something like this happen to you, or something similar happen to you, or maybe a friend or a loved one or something like that. Tell me about it. I'll be happy to mention if you like to. If you want me to keep it under wraps, I can do that too. You have my solemn promise that I would do that. But I will not be pushed around by anybody, and I never will. And so, therefore, my listeners, you know what? And I would enjoy if they wanted to come on the show and chat on the show, or we'll do a live hookup with them, and they could call the Mean Machine phone number, the hotline we have down Saturdays. They want to talk about it, I'm sorry, they can't do that because security reasons. Once again, I have a global maritime license. Okay, a double comprehensive one I have. You know how hard that is to do? It's like 19 days of studying, and it's crammed into like I'm telling you, 19 hours worth. I'm sorry. That you have to do. And you have to take all these comprehensive tests where they don't even give you the answers in the book. And I'm telling you, it's not easy to get, but I have one. All right. I also have a notary, a double notary. Not that this is a big deal, but if I was such a bad person and I have such a bad reputation and I violate terms and code of conduct, you know what? They violated mine. And if a credit card company ever calls you, and then they say, "Oh, well, it's our policy to do this and that." Tell them, "Well, it's my policy not to." Now, what do? You want something from me? You get more with sugar. You get more with honey than you will with vinegar. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I'm going to say what I have to say. It is fact. It is my opinion. It is my editorial, and it is my commentary. That is what I do. Okay, and I care about my listeners. I care about my audience and my family, just as you do too. I'm trying to help you to protect yourselves from the people that prey on you out there and you don't even know it. It's right under your nose. Maybe you do and maybe you don't. And don't feel silly or feel stupid or anything if maybe you didn't know some of the stuff that I went over the last few hours. It's okay. It took years for me to figure a lot of this stuff out. But I know what I know, and I'm sharing it with you for free. It's free advice. Take it for what it's worth. If I helped one person open their eyes to certain things, it was worth my time. Because you know what? You don't get this time back ever again in your life. It's gone forever. It's absolute. Remember what I said the other day. There's two undefeated champions of this world, and two only. One is Mother Nature, and the other one is Father Time. And you cannot defeat either one, so don't even bother. And the reason I mention this is because control the things that you can control. All right? Have a list like I do of stuff that you want and stuff that you need. If you have everything you need, that should be all that you want. All right. I wanted to thank all the listeners that we had tonight through the hookup, for the people that were watching on YouTube, for the new subscribers. Watch some of our older shorts and our videos and the things that we have on there. And drop us some likes if you like it. And subscribe. It's free on YouTube. If you want to, you don't have to. It helps me do what I'm doing. And that is getting out the mean word, baby. Hey, look, if you can't be nice, be mean. And sometimes you just have to be. And just like we had this whole thing, the whole night was based around Clint Eastwood because it's his birthday. So I was hoping I was making his day. And he even said, I think it was in Josie Wales, it was one of those movies where he goes, "You got to get plum dog mean." Well, I can be when I have to be, but I'm on your side. I'm not against the people. I'm for the people. I'm like Robin Hood of the internet. So Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, back to our regular scheduled program. We're going to keep Hump Day as a day that we talk about more serious subjects and more of the bullshit that people that are screwing you and these type of things. And just and if you want to tell me some of your stories, I'm here for that too. It's interactive. Everybody's welcome. Even the people that I might not agree with, you're welcome here too, because that's what it's about. It's about hearing people out because sometimes, just sometimes, you got more in common with them than you think. Give people a chance because I'd like to believe, and I'm sure that you would like to believe, the goodness in people up front, assuming that they are. I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe you should too. Maybe a little bit more understanding, a little bit more love in this world. How could that be a bad thing? Anyway, I want to thank the people that came in and watched on Twitch, on Kick. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on, you give us likes and watch our older videos and reruns of stuff. If you missed the front part of this one or any of the other ones or subsequent ones, you go right on our channel, Meme Machine 973 and YouTube, and catch us on Saturday night. Now, I'm on Twitch tomorrow night. Mondays and Thursday nights, I do some gameplay and that kind of thing because I like to break it up. I do whatever the people want, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's Monday and Thursdays on Twitch and Kick. On Wednesdays, no Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, it's Hump Day Madness. We call it. And that's my day too. I'll kind of get off my chest and allow you to get off and share your stories with us. And remember, right up front, I'm already on your side. And in my book, if you're listening to what I'm saying and you agree with it, and some maybe you don't, and maybe partially or whatever, that's fine. In my book, you're already a winner. And you should see yourself as one too. So people could do whatever they want. If there's going to be people that are going to try to get you and this and that, well, this guy right here, the Meme Machine, for all intents and purposes, is on your side for all of it. So you have a friend with me. All right. Wanted to say good night. Remember, take care of yourself. In the late great Jerry Springer and his immortal words, take care of yourself and each other. Good night from New Jersey. See you tomorrow night on Twitch and see you Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the regular old show, the Meme Machine Talk Radio Show. We're going to be doing NFL news. We're going to be doing trivia. We're going to be spinning the wheel and horror night. It's supposed to be stuff about horror movies and everything. We're going to do that, even though it's not Halloween and that type. They're awesome, and we're going to talk about it anyway. I got some originals here, and I've made some friends with some people on Twitter. I follow them as well, and they're into this stuff big time. And I would love for them to come in and watch the show, and I'll show them some of the original things I have, like the original 1978 Halloween stuff, and it's kind of cool. I have an original mask from on back in the day. I was in California. Anyway, so we went over a little bit tonight, but you know what? It was well worth it. I got off what I had to say, and you know what? Tomorrow there's another day. It's a new day, and there's always more hope, right? Can't put a price tag on that. And remember, don't ever judge your success by the size of your wallet. Judge it by your self-worth. Because in the end, what should matter the most to anything that you do, the person that should matter the most is you. It's not selfish. It's the truth. Good night from New Jersey. This is the Meme Machine. Meme Machine 973 at Outlook.com if you want to drop us a line. That's our handle on everything. Let me know what's going on with you. You got a beef with someone? You want to talk about things or something lighter, like what we're going to be doing. If you follow Twitter, you'll see what's going to go on from one show to the next. That's where I put it all. If you don't have Twitter, then you can follow us on YouTube or subscribe on our Twitch or our Kick and our Discord. I mean, we have it all. And we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, and so many things. And if you are a sound editor and you know how to do all the emotes and all that kind of stuff, drop us a line. We'd love to talk to you because I ain't going on that shitty site again. I'll tell you that much. I'll give you a code of conduct. They're going to rue the day that they, how every company I said has a whoops moment. That was theirs. Anyway, have a good night. We will see you. Take care. Say a prayer. Comb your hair. I'll see you there. Peace with chicken grease. Good night. God bless.